going to try and remember what happened last time.
What are we
So
aiming?
go ahead
Where are
and
we aiming?
roll a d20, and we'll just keep it
Oh
standard, keep
boy.
it kosher. Don't roll low.
All right, we're back to the
Fine, I
classics,
will not roll low. Yay!
but I will roll higher than the
I
ever.
forgot to open D&D Beyond 1 second.
I'm eating an Easter egg because I have no self-restraint.
Ooh, Easter egg.
Ooh,
But it's not Easter.
chocolat.
You,
Wait.
hey, you could enjoy chocolate eggs any time of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I was looking confused. I was like, did you just like
God
break
damn
out? Like, what do you mean by
A regular
this?
egg.
Yeah.
Easter eggs aren't made of chocolate. What the fuck?
Yeah, I was just like, yeah, that's why I was like, I wasn't expecting the chocolate. And so he's like, chocolate. Okay, that
Did
makes
you
more
guys not
sense.
eat big chocolate eggs in Easter?
We have small
No.
chocolate eggs.
We paint real eggs.
Sometimes,
We eat those.
yeah, painting real eggs is more
Man, that
is more
sucks.
common.
My family's the type
I
of
mean-
Asian where we don't really celebrate American holidays.
Fair.
Easter's not an American holiday though.
That is also true. But no, I definitely like. It's one of those things where it's like, I don't I'm like I'm not a huge Easter person, but scavenger hunts are fun.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that.
I like the Easter event
uh,
in Stardew Valley.
Yeah.
See, the fun part
okay.
of like Easter egg hunts are if you use real eggs, are that like there's a lot of pressure to find those eggs.
Otherwise, something is going to smell sulfurous in a few months.
Mhm.
Yeah. No, that's always the
Really
thing where it's like,
confused.
okay, we there's exactly 42 real eggs. Find those. The rest of them, it doesn't matter. Oh, but with that, it would appear that Zephyr is the winner of today's competition. So, Zephyr,
Alright.
go ahead, regale us of the beautiful events of 2 weeks in this time ago and about 8 hours in D&D time ago.
Okay. So started off with Zephyr and his unconscious mind, fighting with the ghost thing, the thingy that's haunted me and Nova. And basically was like, oh, go get Nova for me, and I'll give you more powers. I'm like, all right, sure. And continue one sleep. You guys, Marak was continuing his juggling lessons, and I think he's got better, right? You got better, Marak.
Yeah, I got a little bit better.
Yeah. Look, you're actually doing it. According there.
Mm-hmm.
Bubba came back with some meat swords. Thank goodness. And Zephyr got his build.
I got you, fam.
Yeah, thank you, sir. A little bit of not friends anymore situation between Zephyr and Nova. Just because some situations. Shoal and Questions went to go do some research. I don't remember what the research was about. Probably something pretty good. Afterwards, Zephyr wanted to talk to Noah for a bit to try to figure out what the fuck is going on, and he apologized for attacking her again. And there's a monster inside. Wants to eat out or something. So Zephyr wanted to just cover Nova and just try to figure things out and hopefully get some shit contained. But we laughed about it because it's a fucking terrible, like, cheesy romance shit. Inside. Afterwards, Bubba got Shoal a new pot for her new plant baby that hopefully we could take care of this time. And not abandoned. Right, Shoal? That good plan, hopefully. We went to rest. and then Boba carries Zephyr to that one church thing or palace thing, whatever, to talk to the priest person or whatever to try to figure out what's happening and get more. Try to see if we can get rid of the shit that's going inside Zephyr. And the status of that was that the connection started, if I remember correctly, the connection started like very beginning of the campaign. Went to the Obelisk thing. And I think it's still that's a here. It's still something part of me. I can't remember that part. It's a little bit iffy there.
That explains a lot, honestly.
Yeah. Maybe. I'm trying to remember what exactly happened that part. But that there's a disconnection between Zephyr's goddess and Zahir and this other monster creature now. All happening inside my poor boy. He doesn't deserve any of this. But you know. That's what I remember. And please stop these doodles. Yeah.
Okay. It's one of those things where it's like, y'all didn't go very far. Lots of doodles, though. Lots of things happen.
Yeah.
And you know how Elaine's like pot needs to be like a pot for like 30 days to
Mhm.
become like
Yeah.
the cool awaken thing? I don't think this campaign has gone on for 30 days yet.
I think it
It's
has.
been
It
about
has.
60.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I'm just
Yeah.
wondering how many years it'll be until we see that happen.
Oh,
Smile.
Well, we start now.
Yeah,
doing
we
it in 2
start
years.
now in 2
in, like, the
years.
next 2
years.
We'll get to see him be birthed.
We'll get there.
Let's just camp endlessly until it's there. Let's just...
I'm pretty sure just the
massive
time
times.
thing we're doing.
And skip a month until
the
Zephyr turns
underwater.
into a werecroc again.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then
no.
have my baby.
Exactly.
Oh my god,
It's
that's
around that timeline too. It's like very.
That's
accurate.
really funny actually. You're the first thing your baby's gonna see is Zephyr just
Oh
erupting
no!
out his own flesh.
Yeah, so either all of you will be
Christ.
dead and the plant will be alone, or
Won't
something
the
else.
plant
Who
die
knows?
though if I die? Because its
Well,
stuff comes from my magics.
Uh,
I think
Jesus.
technically the pot
I-
wouldn't be attuned to you anymore.
I think because of the nature of
Infusion.
yeah, because of the nature of the infusion, it would be a little fucky. I'd say it would. It would.
It might
We'd
come
have
out
to
a bit
look at it.
premature.
Yeah.
No, not again.
It would look like that poodle you like so much.
Ah, that's fine.
Is it?
Yeah.
Right.
If you say so.
It's my son. Stop judging my son. Stop judging Ryan for
Oh.
being a little special.
He's
God
not
damn
even.
it.
Jeez, I forgot that's the name of it. I was like,
They're like, what?
that was a strong laugh. That was.
It's always in the back of my mind.
All
how we
right,
named
changing gears.
him. Mine.
Yeah, no, you guys did many things last time. Oh, what the fuck?
If we
it's
all
never showed
die,
up before.
Elaine's next character has to be a Leshy called Ryan.
Yeah. Yeah. I
What
want
the
to
fuck?
be
Just 'cause
Leshy
how-
named
Just because how
Ryan.
confusing that'll be for everybody involved.
Yeah,
God damn it.
yippee.
Oh, hey,
Um,
Ryan. Yeah.
I hate you all. You all terrible people.
And we should invite
Oh.
Rhino to that one as well.
I was just thinking, I'm just
Yeah.
like, I'm not the only one in the chat. But with that, you all, after some study sessions that were more fruitful for some than others in terms of information gathering, and as far as um some also studying of the soul being done in temples, and just other little bit of licking your wounds and figuring out your next plans. You all went to get a rest. I believe most of you, if not all of you, went to get a long or short rest, with the exception of Shul. I believe you were working on some contraptions, gizmos, and gadgets, while most people were resting.
Yeah, I
Correct?
was working on learning about I feel like they'd probably have a book about the fantasy mango tree, you know? So I was like probably reading
Okay,
about
like hair
that.
rules for
Yeah, care rules about how to because I don't want to overwater him or not water him enough, and
Mhm, mhm, mhm,
so
mhm.
I'm reading the book to him, but to myself at the same time, kind of like mom
Yeah,
and
makes
baby are
sense.
having a little story time.
Oh, fair enough. Well, so while most of you are resting, those of you who wished for a long or a short rest can mark that off if you have not already. Um,
Yes.
and Zephyr, you would I believe you have a point of exhaustion that should go away over the course of your rest. Besides that, um
Okay.
all of you who took this time to kind of regather yourselves in your not quite large enough for all of you, but very cozy communal chamber that you have come to reside in here. Um,
The cuddle
uh,
puddle.
yeah. Um, you all will be kind of brought back into the movement of things as you'll hear a knock at the door.
I will go answer the door. Hello,
Everyone's just looking at
morning.
each other. Like we all we're just looking at each other in the room.
I
Yep.
was no.
Like
Um,
who's gonna get
uh,
it?
so you get up to go check out the door, Shul, and on the other side you see um one question who was looked like they were just starting to walk towards one of the other doors as they sort of turn around quickly. Oh, hi. Um, I just wanted out. Yeah, it looks like most of you are in there. Good. I wasn't exactly sure. But there is. I wanted to let you know that um it seems that the primary, most of the talks have gone by pretty quickly. So if you all wanted to come up to the High Curator's chambers, we were discussing the next steps and possibly the tail end of the meeting that was arranged.
Yeah. Time for the
You
meeting, guys. Can I
you
bring my
promise if we
son?
go there we're not gonna be arrested?
Uh, was there, did you do something else that
No,
in
No,
the
I just feel
last?
like
no.
I just feel like we've already done a lot of things that could get us
Well, no,
arrested.
because remember they said it's not really us getting arrested; it would be Zephyr getting arrested. You know, so
Oh, that's fine. Come on, guys.
And it's also just and
Oh,
just sort of like moves aside as like some of you slowly begin exiting the room and just well, also it's not exactly the Hands of Forge, it's the Allegiance and their um interests are currently being threatened. I'm sure the High Curator will be able to explain it better, but um yeah, if we'll just, yep, okay, as long as everyone's who's coming is ready, then we'll go up there quickly.
hmm.
So question will be in sort of quicken their pace a little bit and sort of begin loosely escorting you back up to a room that is starting to become a bit more familiar to at least some of you. Um, Up a couple sets of stairs through the back of the library and onto the third floor of the central library as you sort of ascend up further into the dome. Um, as you um, as you ascend up there, um, you will see that upon sort of uh, coming out onto the landing at the top of the stairs on the third floor, the door to the High Curator's office is actually open at the time, and you hear a couple voices that seems like they're finishing a conversation. You hear some cordial, um, uh, how would you say, cordial farewells being exchanged. Um, and you all will sort of come up here and see I believe one familiar face, at least to some of you, um, as well as another face that is less familiar. um let's see. I want to get this name right. um as you come up, you will see dressed in the robes of the Allegiance of Allsight, um one specific uh um nope, that's the other person. I lost their name. There's too many names. Mhm. The very
Casey.
nice individual that you spoke with previously. One of the higher scholars of the Allegiance of Allsight, who was handling relationships, um and who we were referred to by Prolix. Um
Prolapse. I remember him.
um
Mhm, mhm.
uh Headmaster Grizz oh, no wonder I forgot this name. Grizz Alakritos, and uh another individual who almost appears as an escort. We do not recognize, but they bear
Damn.
almost seems like
Or her rates.
ceremonial a ceremonial uh armor and robe covering up what appears to be chain. And they are a little bit more armed. um but as you exit, there is a bit of a pause from the headmaster, who then gives a bit of a smile and a nod to some of you. Looking forward to seeing your exploits soon, who have been talked up quite nicely by the High Curator here. Um, and we'll just, no, if you'll excuse me. And he begins to sort of make his way past some of you. Um, question was just, oh, it appears that ended even faster than I was expecting. Are we, is it okay if, and then the High Curator will beckon you all in. Yes, no, please, come in. It'll be, quick, I believe. Um, and as the sort of two ships pass and you all sort of siphon into the room, he's just, if you wouldn't mind, the door in question will close it as you all come in. You see him shifting a few papers and settling in, and as he sort of leans over his desk. Um, that was, well, let's just say the Allegiance appears to have seen eye to eye with us a little bit more than expected on that, and what I was expecting to be lengthy negotiations appear to be, well, for once we are on the same page with things. So let's get into it, shall we? Um, uh, well, first, as he sort of spreads his arms, it has been not long, but I'm glad to see you again. And it appears that, licking your wounds, you have come to some amount of safety for now. No further incidents. Am I correct?
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
Good. Hoping that we can move past some of the previous troubles and deal with something that is a bit pressing. First off, the Allegiance of Allsight has granted you access to Kael Moro. The Allegiance's control of this evac not evacuation, Excavation. The Allegiance's control of the excavation site has been threatened by the consortium of the Vermilion Dream. So it is important that we act quickly before that is further compromised. As I'm sure some of you are starting to put together, if not already aware, ruidium is a magical substance that corrupts near everything it touches. We have had the privilege of examining it a bit further due to some of your previous efforts. One thing that we are all but certain at this point is that its source is from a place deep within the ground, known as the Nether Deep. This Nether Deep can be reached by passing through a rift in the heart of Kaer Morro itself. I've been told that a passage through the rift requires some sort of key, but we are not exactly sure what form that key will take. I fear that there will be further unrest in our city, Noncorel, so long as this rift here exists, and more of this ruidium stifles through it, corrupting everything it touches. The Nether Deep must be sealed off or destroyed, lest ruidium continue to find its way into Noncorel. But first things first, we have to find this key and the exact location of this rift. Any questions?
Nope.
All right. So, the Allegiance is cooperating quite kindly with us at this point in order to put an end to the trouble that they're dealing with at their excavation site. So, they've arranged a rendezvous with a Professor Insight of the Allegiance at their base camp. Earn their trust, learn how to access the Netherdeep. And, most importantly, acquire whatever this key will be. I'm sure the professor at their camp will have the rest of the information for you. If you are able to succeed in this, it will bring us much closer to understanding the full breadth of the happenings here. And as I know it will help motivate, there will be a reward for your success.
What's the reward?
What, yeah.
Of course.
Okay.
Mm. As I said, I am aware that it helps motivate. There'll be a reward of 1,000 gold pieces if you're able to find a key into the Nether Deep, as well as where exactly the key would need to be used.
We'll find the key to the
Also-
Nether Deep, bring it back, and we
Find
get
find the
prize.
key and then figure out where the key is meant to be
Oh,
used.
okay.
Yes, exactly.
Now, if I was looking for a key like that, well, I'd assume the hole is gonna be in the super cool underwater place we need that is under this city. That's just what would make sense, because if it was anywhere else, we'd see it. And I'm willing to make a solid guess that the people who have been hoarding Iridium are probably also pretty interested in that key, so we might better look to them for some clues.
You're probably
Yeah.
not far off. I'm sure if that you were to encounter any of the members of the Vermilion Dream, they might also have information. But for now, in is through, and if you have additional contacts that you wish to exploit, you are free to. But for now, and he will sort of bring out a small wooden chest and push it towards you all. A very simple chest. Opens it up, and there is one for each of you. Badges of the crest of the Allegiance of Allsight. These are on loan. They will allow you to enter Kael Morro and move around freely within the Allegiance of Allsight's excavation camp without any issue. They are expected to be returned after our joint venture has been concluded. And he sort of gestures for all of you to take one.
Are these some kind of magical thing, or is it just like a cosmetic, like?
Are you
Thing of
asking
all
that,
the-
or are you
Yeah.
trying to figure it
No,
out?
I'm
Yeah.
asking.
Yeah, I just wanted to check. He's like, it is purely a access badge, if you will. More just indicating that while you do not look like them, you are not someone there to thwart their plans or cause mischief or spy. As there can be a little bit of disconnect sometimes between the surface and the Camaro itself. So wouldn't want to go down there expecting a warm welcome and be wearing the robes of the enemy per se. So with
Good
that,
point.
they're purely there to grant you access and verify your approval to be within the grounds. As far as that, do you have any other questions? Oh yes, and the name um uh uh Insight Accure. That is the name of the professor you are to rendezvous with.
Like insight. What is it called? Insight Cure.
Uh yeah, I will paste the name here for you
Insight
guys.
IQ.
Oh,
Yeah.
sounds French.
I'm gonna call
Sorry.
it CC.
references.
I'm sorry about fuck. We gotta have insight. Oh yeah, it was actually insight. Insight Cure.
They are the primary archivists for the Karamoro Archaeological Project. That is who you are looking for.
Okay. Do we know their race or the species in 2024?
I do not have a description of the individual, but given that they are in charge in Karamoro, I'm sure that anyone you find down there will be able to point you in that direction.
All right.
Now, any other questions before we part ways?
I had the spelling of the person's name again.
You put it in
I
the
pasted it in
chat.
references.
Oh, okay.
Clarify. So whenever, so it's 1,000 gold, but also they'll tell us where the key needs to be used.
No, we also have to figure
Ah.
out where the key needs to be used.
Oh, okay. I thought that was one of the rewards. It's a weird reward, but also that implies that they know what the key hole looks like.
I think I've got a pretty good idea of where the key needs to be used.
Is it in the hole?
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying we've got this one place where there's a lot of water coming from somewhere and they don't know where. I'm willing to bet I know where.
Well, I do hope we get to seal off this entire place's water supply. That'd be great.
Yeah, that'd be
Yes,
great. Makes eye contact with everybody in the room.
Well, ain't no Bazos on, but it'll have to do.
Jesus Christ.
Probably about the same temperature.
As you sort of are discussing things, it is near the end of the day, so one would not blame you for wanting to set out on the morrow, but sooner that
Wait,
we get
you're in
this
the
done, the
day?
better.
I thought it was morning.
Yeah, didn't we just wake up?
Yeah.
Yeah, you just woke up. You went to sleep at like 1 in the afternoon.
Took a nap.
Well, I mean,
Oh
we're-
yeah,
Oh.
yeah. It was a midday nap sort of thing. Got it.
Well, you see, our
Oh.
friend here, and he kind of points at Nova, is nocturnal, so we kind of operate on her schedule.
I mean,
Hmm.
we are going underground, so does it matter?
It doesn't.
Ooh, that's a good point.
Well,
That's a
Maybe
good
it's going
point.
over
um,
time.
Me eating my spells.
whatever it is that works best for all of you. But let me know if you have any more questions. And
Did you guys ever manage to find any like war breathing stuff? Because we mentioned it a while back.
I think we
Mm,
bought a bunch of
Um,
stuff the last time we went shopping.
yeah.
Who has it?
And
Well,
Okay,
and they
in his
gave us
jail.
water breathing beads, I think. The
Mhm.
the mouth chokey thingies.
yeah, we get some water breathing beads.
Ah,
we get-
yes, the one thing I want to put in my mouth, but to stop me from like not being able to breathe, the mouth chokey thingy.
yeah,
Yeah,
of course.
that
it
sounds.
keeps the
Oh.
water out of your mouth.
It keeps the air out of it too. Well, the sounds of it.
We're
and
worried about the
he'll
water,
just
not
also
over the air.
respond. We have some people here that might be able to temporarily help you, but as far as a long-term solution, I'm sure that the excavators down there have a better idea as far as what exactly is required for exploring their ruins than I personally do. So if there's an issue with that, I'm sure that a solution will be found, but possibly asking around their base camp might get you more information. Also, the we have two sort of threads that you have left with us. First being some of the Ruidium artifacts. Those have been taken care of and are kept safe. The material is dangerous and should be. You should take great care when handling it, wielding it, or anything. That said, while we have not had the ability to test it, as it is more within the allegiance's realm of access, Ruidium is dangerous. It can corrupt, damage, and possibly even kill people exposed to it. It unfortunately might also be vital to understanding more. So, I give you just a word of caution, and whatever is down there might be more complicated than we quite understand from here. That is one thing I will leave you to think about.
So
Second
we
is-
shouldn't try to sniff it, correct? As I like glare at Marak and Baba.
Whoa! We did. No, never mind. We did.
Just getting flashbacks of that time we got a horrible rash.
Oh. You see him just sort of pause and look between you all. I am certain that, given the capabilities you have proved yourself to have, you will find out what is necessary. I don't necessarily believe from our research that that will be what is necessary.
Have you tried in your research snorting it?
No, Papa, we have not tried ingesting it.
Well, then how do you know it's not necessary?
You know,
Sort of
people question
stops
us.
and writes
Hey,
something
whoever
down
drank-
in front of him.
People question the
And
first
point
guy.
is taken.
You've never heard of animal testing before?
The first guy that ever milked a cow, people looked at him pretty funny too. Just saying.
Your point is noted, and I applaud your scholarly mind. But let us hope that that is not the case, for I fear what it would do to your body.
I used to be a human. Sorry.
To that.
I can resist. Just a little.
to that, Jamil lets out a bit of a smile. I'm sure that you will do exceedingly well. My last note for you is our well, you had left in our care a artifact that some of you, and he sort of looks over towards Zephyr with a bit of an eye. Some of you had acquired. Um,
Mhm.
we, well, our primary researcher on magical and divine artifacts has had some trouble. But despite the setbacks, be it physical or through intervention, progress has been made. Um, it might be best if you have a conversation with them before you head out. I'm sure that they will be around if it's not that late in the evening. Um,
Sounds good. I
question.
can't wait for where can I
He
find them?
sort of looks over towards question.
Uh,
If you wouldn't mind escorting them to the, well, you know where.
To the
Oh,
murder
she
room.
just sort of
Oh,
gives a
yeah.
nod. Um, all right. I believe that is all that I have for you. If there is um anything else that you have queries about, let me know. And we look forward to hearing your next report about what it is exactly happening down in Kelmora.
So just to make sure my notes are correct, we have a new quest to find the key to the Nether Deep and where and how it fits. Then but we also have to go to Karamara to meet this insight guy about the key? Question mark.
No, the
I
inside
do
guy
believe.
is about the like stuff that we got from the Zahir guy.
Oh, okay. Ask about Zephyr's.
Uh,
Got it.
Don't call it Zephyr's stuff.
Yeah, Zephyr stuff. Oh, that's my
Okay,
thing.
about
Mine.
the snake staff.
Zephyr
In
Snake?
parentheses, keep away from from Zephyr.
No.
Got it.
Gimme, gimme,
that better?
gimme. Gimme, gimme, gimme.
In parentheses, gimme.
Yeah!
In parentheses, don't.
Zephyr.
I feel like I might have lost your train of thought on that one, but I guess one last note, because I am now concerned that it was not abundantly clear. The excavation site is outside the library of the Allegiance of Alsite in the central district of the city. I'm certain you will not be able to miss it.
It's a giant hole, right?
Oh yeah, well, but we
Yes.
could,
Pretty sure we've
Yeah.
seen it
we'll
already.
find it. Yeah, we'll find
I
it.
think we almost fell in at some point. Accident. You can
Okay.
Present
Cool.
the
Alright.
badges to the guards around the surface, and you will be allowed access.
I could be dope. I just have a bunch of other people's like handwriting in my book now, from me writing "keep away from Zephyr" to Zephyr writing "gimme to Baba being like "don't." Like what the fuck, guys? This is my notebook.
There's also a bunch of penises drawn in there.
God damn it! I have penises in my notebook.
I don't see your name on it.
Yeah.
Because you're illiterate, you can't read.
Ooh.
Names on the
I'm
front.
actually a very learned person. How dare you?
Um,
Go Bugbear
all
High
right.
with the third lowest rated school in the county.
Well, luckily,
Damn.
I was a transfer student
Damn.
at Good School McGee. Okay. Yeah.
It's school
All
McGee.
righty.
Classic.
As you bantering continues, the high curator will say, question, if you wouldn't mind. She's just like, all right. So I believe that we have one stop to make before you are all on your way.
As we're leaving, Bubba goes, I bet Good School McGee's in Canada, ain't it?
What's Canada?
What even is a Canada?
I don't know, what's a Canada of this world where everybody like, who says they have a girlfriend, but they're in Canada? I guess Buzz is on then.
Yeah, it'll be
Um,
Buzz one for sure.
I was going for more of a physical description of Canada, which would be the graying wastes. Uh,
Sounds about right. No, but I was going for how Canada is used.
I think that'd be
okay.
like the Ruby Coast or whatever, the whatever coast.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Like, oh yeah, I have a
yeah,
girlfriend in
yeah.
Nicodranus.
Yeah,
There we go.
Like, yeah, everyone has a girlfriend in Nicodranus.
yeah. They're only like 30 gold an hour.
Oh.
Exactly. Um. Uh. Alrighty. So, question will sort of open the door and gesture for you all to follow as they begin leading you back down to the first floor of the library. Um, as you exit down into the main library, unlike going to your chambers or some of the other study halls, question will take a right hand turn and leading you across the opposite side wall of the library. About halfway around the wall, she will stop. And this is a door that you all have noticed and has become familiar with you to some way, as you have seen question the high curator and occasionally other notably high ranking often individuals of the library passing through this door, but to most it remains locked, at least without escort. Question will go up and unlock the door before entering and waiting for you all to pass through, closing it behind you. Other side of this door leads into sort of a landing chamber, and there are three doors heading off in different directions from in this room. It is lit with ever glowing, sort of faintly red light sources. And question will go forward before making a right hand turn, opening another door with that is locked, and gesturing you all. If you all wouldn't mind. And um entering this room, it slowly you were brought onto um the landing at the top of a set of stairs that slowly descend. And question will sort of flank you all as you slowly go down the stairs. It is warmly lit and carved with sandstone, but as you descend, it does begin to cool down a little bit. Um, you don't descend too far, maybe 30 steps or so, before leveling out, and one more door will be opened as questions sort of comes back to the front of your group. And apologies, but welcome to one of the more restricted areas. Um, this is where we keep artifacts which are not fully understood and could be dangerous, as well as research things that we wouldn't want people to, um, well, let's say, accidentally be harmed by. Um,
Oh, we're in
and
the we're in the basement.
um, yes, basement.
Pixels,
That was
Sort of.
for the
what's the
DM.
closest thing that I can touch?
Oh boy.
Now I'm joking.
So as I'm getting to that, you all look around and there are not too dissimilar to the rest of the library, where basically every wall is lined with a shelf covered in books, scrolls, parchments, tapestries, rolls of anything almost imaginable, loose leaf papers that have been categorized. However, in these rooms, there are shelves on every wall. They are occasionally filled with books, occasionally filled with papers, parchments, and tapestries. But in between rows of books and tomes, there are artifacts, many and most of which have been placed behind some sort of protective barrier, whether it be chains, whether it be bars, whether it be glass, in some cases appearing to be nothing. But the more keen-eyed among you might catch a slight shimmer from a reflected surface that doesn't quite line up with your eyesight. Um, the room is lit again by ever-burning magical light sources, but it is filled to the brim with various curiosities and artifacts. Um, one of which you will all recognize is a seemingly simple but well-made short sword. It is currently on a table in the room in front of you, but underneath a layer of glass. And it slowly, very, very subtly pulses with red, familiar streaks, almost veins running through it. Um, in the on the other table is a um uh almost a empty um how would you call it, a mount, a pedestal, if you will, where a staff or rod could be placed and examined from all angles. um and a moment later, question will just um uh I just need to go to the other side for a moment and grab our archivist. Um, please do not interfere or touch anything. Um, would probably be best if we are careful in here, as I know some of you are a little bit more prone to um, chaos. Mm, understood?
Don't worry, I'll keep an eye on them.
I appreciate it. Um, and question will just sort of dart to the other side of the room where there is another door. It's a decently sized room. There is it's mostly rectangular. There's tables across the middle. You can see two of which are currently being used by either artifacts you by the one artifact you recognize, or seemingly mid research, as there's papers and tomes scattered, while there doesn't seem to be anything of study on it. There are several other tables throughout the room, most of which appear to be empty or have a stack of books on them. Um, and then the walls are lined with strange things of all sorts of shapes and sizes. Um, as you um, as you sort of come around, uh, there you hear a exchange of words as question gets to the other side of the room, opens a door and just, yes, no, we had mentioned that we might come by, and just, you hear from the other side a much louder, almost shockingly loud voice, sort of barrel over question as she kind of recoils. Oh, yes, I'm very glad that you have finally made it down here. You know, I've been very much looking forward to seeing this. And a individual comes almost barreling around the corner. They are dressed in Cobalt Soul robes, but they are a bit more worn down from what you are familiar with. It seems that they have maybe seen battle of some sort, or maybe just seen wear and neglect. Um, as this individual comes out, they have human in appearance, graying hair, pockmarked face. You see one of their eyes is almost closed as they come around, and one is wide and looking towards you with a bit of excitement. And as they sort of hold their arms out and welcome you all in, tattered robes on full display. One of their hands, you will see, is skinnied and almost fully blackened up presumably to their elbow. You can't quite see under the robes. He still moves it around with some amount of dexterity as he opens his arms and welcome, welcome. I was looking forward to this conversation for quite some time. It is quite an interesting artifact that you have brought before me. Pleasure to meet you, pleasure to meet you. And he holds out his left hand towards probably the first individual would be Marlock for a shake. And
Yeah.
as he sort of he'll kind of go down the line and attempt to shake all of your hand. You'll kind of will get a better look at that second hand, which appears to have almost fully been like it's moving around. It's borderline skeletal. It's almost like fully succumbed to some form of necrosis. It is blackened. The skin is tight. No sign of hair.
Ew,
Almost like a
ew,
burning,
ew.
almost like a burn victim.
What happened
But
to your
he's
arm,
moving it
bro?
around.
Oh, that was okay.
What?
Nothing.
as he's kind of gone down the line of half of you, he just sort of pauses and question behind him, just face in her hand.
You're
It's
so
gonna be his
sad
face
Oh.
about my hand.
for his hand.
Take a strong
oh,
hand.
that's a story for another day.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
afraid.
sorry about
Um,
him. He's just
Hey,
very
I've
curious,
got
you
just the
know.
thing, actually. I pull out a
Oh,
potion
no.
from my bag. My potion of regrowth.
I don't. Would that
That
work
should
like that?
okay.
Yeah, that should work.
Would that
I've
work?
got a potion that
Um,
lets you regenerate limbs. If he just lets me chop it off real quick, we can get him a new one.
Oh God. Oh
That's
jeez.
I appreciate the gesture, but that seems a bit extreme. I can't necessarily. And I have full use of both my limbs. I don't know why I would need to regrow one
I
of them.
assumed it was like horribly mangled and unusable. My bad. It just looked so gnarly that I just.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I jabbed Maroc in the side. I'm so sorry about him. He's so curious. You know, bugbear out here. I'm sorry. What was your name?
Yes. Mm. Well, hmm. You may refer to me as Fredorn. My
What do you
friends
spell
have
that? I
other
say with my
names for
notebook
me.
in my face. How do I spell that?
Frudorn.
That's not how I heard that, but yeah, nice to meet you, sir. We are happy to make your acquaintance.
Fredorn Wilmith, if you wouldn't mind. And he sort of straightens himself up, clearly a little energy a little dampered. Now, I have something I've been instructed to show you, so I will. And he sort of turns back, kind of on his heel, towards the table, missing an artifact and full of papers. I have been studying this strange contraption that you have brought for some time. And as he approaches the table, he sort of waves his hand over it. In fact, his right hand, the marked one. And as he does so, almost materializing in what appeared to be thin air, is a familiar staff. Um, it appears in a way not too similar from when you last saw it. Um, uh, I do believe. Um, yes. I do believe that last you saw it, it was in a somewhat damaged state. Um, as he pulls it up, he will sort of snap his fingers above his head, and the lights will intensify in the room, making sure that his working area here is fully brightened. As he looks down, he pulls out one of
Zephyr
his
will
notes.
get as close as possible.
Do not touch it, boy, or you will learn what happens to those who touch things that do not belong to them at the moment.
Can
Sorry,
I do
just
the
looks
thing
so
where like you go up
beautiful.
behind someone? Can I do the thing where you go up behind someone and like put your arms in their armpits and kind of like pull them backwards? Sorry, we're just so excited to be here. I think, as you could probably tell from me at least, we're kind of a bit of a studious bunch. We're just
It just looks so beautiful. Oh my god.
You want to watch out around that one.
Right.
He really likes that stuff.
I take it that he is the individual responsible for its current damaged state.
Nonsense.
I wasn't there.
Is
for
that true?
They kinda-
Is that true? Was that him, or was that just kind of the kerfuffle in general?
I wasn't there when those guys got arrested,
I
so I
don't
don't know.
remember either.
I don't think any of you actually remember.
Yeah, I was.
A lot of things happened, but the staff you are looking at now is not a staff with a snake's head. It appears that at the base of where the staff transformed from a wooden to snake, it has been almost shattered, like a broken limb or a limb struck by lightning of a tree. And the rest of the staff is still recognizable, but the top here is different. And upon closer inspection, you can actually see a single sort of almost like a green bud, if you will, like the first sign of a plant emerging from winter at the end in this broken, shattered bit of the staff. And as he sort of looks towards it, he says, "Well,
What
it is
happened
neither
to
here
it?
nor there. As whatever it has happened to it seems to have awakened it in some form."
I
This
think this
is
might
quite
actually be Marak's first time seeing this stuff, now that I think about it.
It's different
very
than
possible.
before now, so.
I think you guys got it and got it taken away from you before Marak even knew it existed.
That sounds about right. This was quite some time ago. As he sort of goes over some of his notes on it. Now, I have had some time with this artifact, and it is quite curious and has caused quite a number of delays and, well, see as he's sort of rolling up his sleeves, you'll see some almost like more recent bandaging, like a little bit further up on his arms. And just, well, let's just say that it was not exactly pleasurable to work with the full time, but quite interesting. I have not had a problem like this in quite some time. So for that, I do thank you. Despite any other failures on your part. But that is neither here nor there.
What's the results?
Uh,
Tell me straight, Doc.
I'm pulling him back again. I'm pulling him back like a dog.
Sort of just like
Hey,
pausing
calm
down.
almost like through his brow
Look
towards
different.
Zephyr.
Hey,
Oh.
we've got a cool pot over here. Can we plant that stuff in this pot?
Oh no.
No, I already have Ryan in this pot.
But imagine having like a sentient, like super cool mega staff.
But I already planted him. I didn't sleep last night for it.
I don't know if that part of yours will have any effect on this. And sentience, I wouldn't be too worried about. This thing appears to have a mind of its own. But if you will allow me to continue,
Sorry.
I have spent a decent amount of time with this, and it has fought me about every tooth and nail for what I have been able to learn from it. But I will tell you a few things. As we originally suspected, and why I was given an overview of this item, is that it does appear to have some amount of extremely old divine origin. There is quite a bit of dormant magic that radiates from this item. But it is seemingly damaged, corrupted, or possibly just unwilling. Um, we were unable to trace back its exact sources, as far as who or why this artifact was created. But given the bile that it has apparently spewed at some points and some of the other scenes I have seen from it, it would appear that based on my initial passes, as well as some testing that we have done with it, attempting to use it as a matter of focus and other various means of testing, it does appear to be an artifact, possibly dating back to the era of the Calamity, and most certainly was made in part by, if not entirely by, one Saratani, or to you, most likely known as the Wild Mother.
Yeah.
That said, since whenever this was created, this artifact has gone through quite a bit of trial and tribulation. Because while we are pretty sure that that is its origin, since then it has had a tumultuous path. It seems that for whoever this was created might have, at one point in history, fallen to darker tides. As while its original crafting and possibly why damaging it has awoken something within it might have been the Wild Mother. In recent history, it has become a vessel of something far darker, something evil that has been poisoning it. Of that, I'm not exactly sure.
We've been running into an awful lot of Wild Mother related things and places that seem to be pretty evil. Are we sure the Wild Mother isn't just evil?
She's good at heart, 100%.
Isn't she the
This
same person
individual
that's been
sort of looks
whispering
up
into your
to you.
ears to kill all your friends?
Yeah.
I mean,
I honestly don't think it's her.
she
So
got that.
something
She
else
got that
that's after
temple
Nova.
that's now like a hag's house, and where like a kid was being tortured or something. And you got this stick that's made by her. And now it's all evil and shit.
What if they're the
I think-
same person?
Nonsense. I'm pretty sure it's all random coincidence.
I don't
As
know.
you're sort of going back and forth, this individual sort of looks over towards question. What is this hogwash that these youngins are on about? What is all this? What are you spelling about? Do you know nothing of the Wild Mother and their practices?
Of course.
No, actually. I don't.
I'm not religious.
I only know what I've experienced, and I've experienced what we've been talking about, so...
That is nothing like of what the Mild Mother preaches, nor of their tenants. If
Why
were
you
meant to
some
believe
kind
that
of you
is the
some
Wild
kind
Mother.
of Wild Mother simp or something? Who died and made you an Your
Ooh,
mama
get him!
I'll have
boy?
you know,
Ooh, get him!
it is my
Ooh, get him!
it is my duty to know and understand all of the prime deities as well as those less savory. For many of them, as he sort of gestures around the room, have left scars on artifacts that still kill to this day. So, yes, I do know a decent amount, especially when it comes to magic that has been infused within items and things that can go wrong, as he sort of gestures at you with a blackened hand. So,
The hubris to assume you know what the divine think.
I do not assume to know what they think. I simply have picked up on patterns. And one pattern I will say
Oh
is
my
that
god, he's
this
autistic.
is just a little bit. Um,
Well, what kind of like
um,
just trying to side of his mouth? Jeez, this guy. I bet he'd crawl a mile through broken glasses here. Melora fought into a broken sending stone.
I bet he wouldn't have
I
known how to get through the Betrayer's Rise.
Oh my god, guys.
through it.
Ignore them. Please continue on what you were talking about.
Done better than get through it. Thank you very much. Where do you think half of these things came from?
Well, we
Us?
beat it.
Oh, shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
I just hold up
Shut
2 middle
up.
fingers.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my! I'm having like a fucking mental breakdown in the corner now. Oh my god!
We just
you
started
are a
Big Mission
funny
Cut
lot.
and end it.
I bet you don't even know what the thing around that person's neck does.
What?
Where are you?
Oh, is he
Jester?
pointing at the necklace that Nova's wearing?
Yeah.
The
Please.
pendant,
Yep.
or our MacGuffin.
Yeah.
Hell yeah,
he sort
I
of
used
looks
it.
over. It's like, of course I do. Where do you think Question got half of the notes from? It's the Jewel of Three Prayers. And clearly, it's been
Whoa!
mistrusted to you.
It
Oh,
chose us.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm kinda, yeah. Kinda chose
We only had to
us.
kill like 2 people for it.
When
didn't. I'm pretty sure we didn't kill anyone for it.
when I
What?
ran up to it in that cave and touched it without a second thought, it told me that I needed to go save Jesus. So
I don't know about
Well,
Anyways, I'm about to
Prime
stab.
Day to introduce into his universe. Jesus.
honestly, probably it would be one of the more evil gods in this realm.
it really would be. To that, he just sort of stares you down, Marak, for like a good solid amount of time. He's not going to break the silence before after a bit he just breaks out into semi-maniacal laughter. You band of idiots. Wouldn't be the
That
first
being-
group to be chosen by the gods for some foolish task or world-ending scenario. Probably better off than the last ones. But if that is what you're after, then I suppose making sure that you have all the information probably wouldn't hurt. So,
Well, as far as we
If
know,
you wouldn't
Melora is
mind.
one of the prayers we need for this thing, so makes sense that we're seeing a lot of Melora today.
I do like the fact
Well-
that this guy's being made a fool of by a hairy dude in lingerie.
Hey, I'm technically a member of the Allegiance of Allsight. Oh, thank you very much.
Right, a member of Allegiance of Allsight who is hairy and wearing lingerie.
I'm like a white belt. Like,
like you put the deposit down, but you haven't really gone back to pick up the belts. Like,
I haven't even got my gi yet. Okay, calm down.
yeah. As he's sort of smiling, he's just now back onto the task at hand. I would like to correct one thing because I would not want misinformation to unfortunately guide you down the wrong path. From what information I have been passed along is what I have studied. Although I will say, as he sort of leans in a bit closer towards Nova, this is the first time I've actually seen this artifact. Quite magnificent piece, and the magic is quite radiant. Yes, no, that is certainly something that we will.
Yeah, I think that's good. Right? You want to go?
We'll put headmuffs on him. I am. This is the first time I am getting eyes on this piece. I must say that it does live up to what I have read. But that said, it's my understanding from the notes that have been passed along to me, that it is not a blessing of Malor that took place on this artifact. No. While Malor supported, certainly, the deities that fought together in the calamity, no, she was dealing with much darker things at the time. And bits of her pieces laid scarred in other parts of the world. No, this artifact you carried does not have the blessing of Melora on it. But this, as he points to the broken wooden object in the middle now, Well, this certainly at one point did. If it no longer does, is quite possible. It has been damaged. It is much like a tree that has gone dormant, small bit of life hiding inside it, waiting for a nice rain to cool off the broken bark. Let's see. He's going to pull out a journal and start going over some points. Yes, no, it definitely has divine aura that has been radiating off it, but I must say that there is more than one sort of conflicting bit. I sent a question here. Did you find any more information on the various places of origin that we believe this could have been? And question was just, right, I almost forgot. And pulls out a series of papers and passes them along. All right. And he looks up towards you. I'm not sure if any of you have any more information about this, as your travels seem to be a little bit more recent than mine. But we believe that this artifact might have originally hailed from, or was crafted in part of the regions of Wildmount. The forests there have, since the calamity, been sundered greatly. But it is possible that originally this was crafted from a blessed tree somewhere deep within the various greenwoods of Wildmount. We have not been able to narrow it down any further. But if any of you have any more information about this in the future, passing it along would be helpful.
I have a out of character question.
Mhm.
On a scale of 1 to
Yes.
10, how suspiciously key-like is the staff?
um, like when you say
How much
key-like,
does it look like a key?
it looks like a broken branch more than
So,
anything.
That's a
okay.
solid 7 right there.
I was just wondering if we were just literally like standing around this like key-shaped artifact, being like, "Man, we need to find this key." Because
No, it looks like maybe like
perfect.
a walking stick that
Yeah.
had been broken off, but it's broken off in a way that's more just like a tree that was shattered. Doesn't look like it wasn't sawn off or something like that. The end is
I mean, it could be a
very
metaphorical key.
hey, Shul,
yeah.
you have that mending spell, right?
Yes.
You want to try and fix this thing?
If Rudorn is okay with it, yeah. Yeah, I could do that.
I'm not sure if, well, two things very quickly. Putting it together requires both halves, of which we do not have. Second,
Where's the other half?
well, with any luck, it has been sundered to 1 billion pieces and lost forever. I believe that was half of the problem. As you can see, there is some amount of growth coming from what is here. Whatever was on here before, I believe, was just more some sort of muzzle more than anything, limiting this artifact's power. Now it has been, well, it still requires a bit of studying, and I was hoping that maybe one of you would, well, I was hoping that one of you might be able to bring me more information about it, but unfortunately, it seems like at this time, most likely not. Artifacts like these, and he
Okay.
gestures towards not just the one in front, but the whole room itself. Artifacts like many of the ones in here were wielded. Yes.
I've got a plan, right? I'm gonna sit with it for half an hour, and then the DM's gonna hand me a piece of paper that tells me what it does.
You fool, it takes at least an hour to accomplish that.
I thought attunement was a short rest, and a short rest.
Short rests are an hour.
That's what the rules is written.
Yes, it is. You're reading the wrong
Happening.
rules. Ooh. There is an optional homebrew rule that some people let short rests be 30 minutes. Fortunately, that is here. Because it also it breaks a lot of spells if you do that, honestly. Because there's a lot of
Oh
spells.
no, it
that
is an
are
hour. I
less an
am
hour.
wrong. I
Yeah.
do apologize.
That's okay. But
I love the
um,
immediate. Oh, my bad. My guy.
I'm strong enough to say when I'm wrong. I think that's
No, it's very
what everyone
valid.
should do.
No, no. Mm-hmm.
Pretend
fair
I
enough.
said an hour.
Yeah. And so with that, you think I have not tried that? No, it is unwilling, I would put it. You had mentioned bringing its sentience through some form of awakening. Well, I do not think it needs it. I think there is something in there that is waiting, biding its time, and is not quite ready to emerge. But
Well, when it
whatever
was
it may
evil,
be,
it seemed to really like Zephyr.
I think it
yes, I
belongs to
have.
me, to be honest.
Maybe you could like let him hold
Maybe I
it for
can
like a
decide.
second and see if anything
Maybe I
happens.
can just. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I can awaken it.
He had like
Already
dreams
awakened,
about
though.
it and shit. Like
Mhm.
we had to like stop shadows from eating him last time he like
Yeah, he could try to
did some
pray to
meditation.
Melora again this time, now that the curse is dude for
Yeah,
a little
but
bit.
believe it or not, he claims to be a follower of Melora. We're not quite sure, given recent
I am a
events.
follower
But
of Valora.
He's sort of just
Yes.
watching this back and forth between you and just you're the one that was causing all the problems the last few days, aren't you?
No, it wasn't me. It was my cousin. He came into town. It was a whole deal. Don't worry.
it was
we told
Cranky
him to come in.
Zephyr,
Yeah.
not Donkey
Right.
Zephyr.
It was Zeppy. It was a completely different person.
Yes, of course. You're the one that brought this in, and from
Yes,
what I
so
heard,
I
it
should
was
I
a
should probably
staff of
get
Zahir
it
at
back.
the time.
That's
At
neither
the time.
here nor there.
Yeah, he's. That's terrible.
I think that's like the
You're
third time I've
just-
made that joke in this.
Yeah, you've made it
Yeah,
before.
it's yep. Well, then I think you will have something that this might give you a little perspective. And he sort of gestures. And he goes back to pointing out a few of the artifacts in the room, including the one in front of you. These artifacts, often powerful, dangerous magical contraptions, were wielded by individuals who gained favor with something of great power, be it a deity, be it a other ancient, powerful entity. Some of them tried to protect others, other of those tried to further the schemes of whatever entity bestowed upon them the power of these artifacts. This one appears to have been wielded by one who was, well, to the best of my understanding, a follower of Melora. That explains the shape of it, explains the nature of it, explains this little bit of
Nature.
life that is fighting against everything in it. But much as Melora was struck down in many places by followers of darkness during the calamity, it wouldn't surprise me if whoever wielded this fell victim to a similar fate. Are you all familiar through your travels, and you say that you are followers, or one of you is at least a follower of Melora? Are you familiar with some of the trials and tribulations that they went through almost 1,000 years ago in the calamity? Some of the people they lost, some of the battles they fell.
Absolutely not.
I'm sure they were all great heroes. that we
Zephyr,
can use to be
this
great.
is your god.
So,
Do some reading, bro. Like, dang.
I didn't go to school. What are you
You
talking
haven't
about?
even, you haven't even read the Melora Bible? Seriously?
Oh.
The
Can
Lord
I roll a
Bible.
religion check to see if I know anything?
Go ahead.
Imagine,
Go ahead and
imagine.
roll a religion check.
I assume this isn't. I don't get advantage.
So this being
Remind me
undead.
what you get advantage on.
Fey fiends are undead.
Could be a thing.
Don't.
I think Melora is
believe
more of like
so.
divine than anything else.
Yes, them
celestial even?
specifically. I was trying to see if there was anything else on the docket that would overlap with that, but I don't believe so. So just
Yeah.
straight roll religion.
That's a 16.
16.
Not bad. Pretty good.
I'd
Well,
say
plus
with
3 it should be.
that.
Mhm.
You would know from especially just the region that you lived in and where a lot of your knowledge came from, that as well as some of your studies, that Melora fought during the time of the calamity. All of the deities confronted each other, but some of these confrontations were driven by the sort of how would you put it, some of these deities had very, very strongly opposing ideals. Some of the betrayer gods and prime deities had a bone to pick with each other, particularly. And of that, Melora definitely suffered. Some deities, such as Bane and Zahir, struck significant blows against the Wild Mother. There are still tokens of her lands left behind in Jorhas. You know of the Arbor Exemplar, which you were not too horribly far of, which is a massive tree, and represents some of her power that still holds out in the otherwise scarred landscape, as well as the oasis that you spent time in the middle of scarred lands. Also a symbol of the Wild Mother's sort of constant and always renewing power, even in lands that long since forsook them. But those are just essentially seeds that were left behind before the Wild Mother, as well as all the other deities left the prime material plane here. They, given their nature as a deity of nature, their followers and their places of power were scattered throughout the entirety of Exandria. But there were places where they have known to lost that influence, and often these are places where they had lost a battle during the calamity. Jorhas definitely was corrupted by the Betrayer gods, and quite a lot of their influence there has since been removed. But there you will I will say you don't know specifics, but you would know that there is definitely more places in the world where Melora suffered greatly in the calamity, and followers of hers would have been possibly even wiped out by some of the betrayer gods as they rose up.
I'm starting to think these betrayer gods are kind of assholes, you know?
um uh let's see, you will specifically, I'd say, like, with that, because of your time in your house, you will specifically know that uh Melora definitely had um a conflict with actually, is this one relevant? No, I think this is actually from a different part of the world. Um I'd say Bane, you would know based on just your understanding of the overall pantheon that some of Melora's most ardent enemies were the gods Zahir and Bane. Because their ideals directly oppose
I remember we dealt with
Melora.
Bane at one point, like during a puzzle in the Trey's Rise. I remember that name came up before.
Yes. Uh, I'd say like all of you, loosely anyone proficient with religion would be aware of Bane, otherwise known as the Strife Emperor. They are
Yeah,
a
wasn't he a really
deity of
annoying?
war
Was
and conquest.
Yeah, wasn't he the guy that was like trying to chain us down or something?
Yeah, yeah. Uh, calls to conflict, seeking to break and subjugate those who are lesser or weaker.
Yeah.
That is some of their tributes. They come up quite often in the wastes of Jorhas, as there are still some goblinoid tribes that worship them, as well as some orc tribes. So they definitely fire and blood tends to fell forests on the path to war. And as such, them and Melora didn't well, let's just say that they had quite a few conflicts during the calamity. Um
Hmm.
um as well as you would be familiar at this point through the many um, times that you have encountered and discussed Zahir. Um, they are um, just pull up their information tab. Um, do, 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 do. They are not as obviously opposed to um um Melora, as a god of war might be. But due to his um often his followers,
Yeah, I
uh
can imagine how a deity that like creates like unnatural beings would be against the god of nature, or they'd be on bad
yes,
terms.
yes.
Looks at Zephyr.
Um um
Unnatural.
Nonsense.
um um but often they also um uh Zahir's conflict with Malor often ended more with corruption and poisoning of the world, um, and sort of the um, ending of mortal beings and replacing them with his own followers. Um, but as you're sort of kind of going over this information, um, uh, the um, Fedorn in front of you will just, yes, but there is one thing which I do believe that you have also left out, which is that um, throughout many parts of Exandria, um, Melora had places of worship, pockets in the far wilds which have long since been forgotten, places that have almost been erased from history now because of, well, the corruption and poison of Zahir. There are tribes that, for all we know, have long since faded from memory. But maybe his influence has not yet been shaken from this plane. Mhm.
Hmm.
So, as I was saying, uh, many of these artifacts were given to followers of these powerful entities, and they often, as the tasks were completed or the wielders fell, the artifacts were lost to time, such as possibly this one here. But it is not uncommon through after years of hardship and sacrifice and many battles lost, many won, that these champions fell to other means. And I can't help but feel that possibly that is what happened to this peculiar piece that you have brought before me. Can't help but wonder if whatever follower of Melora originally wielded this did not fall to something more sinister in the end. And it is no coincidence that, from what we gathered, this was a staff stolen from, where was it? Rexentrum, yes. Well, did you ever get a final answer from him before he was so unfortunately ended by those assassins? The individual who brought this staff to Ankorel.
I don't think we did.
I don't remember.
What a waste.
Nice. Yeah.
The Cerberus people kind of
God.
made him unalive.
Oh, right. He got assassinated, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's just quite a shame. I'd love to know more about what they were doing with this artifact, but in some ways it seems fitting. The Cerberus
so-
Assembly is known to abscond with powerful artifacts like this, and, well, if we were to steal one from them, I would understand why they sent people to retrieve it.
Doesn't that mean that this room is kind of like dangerous?
He just sort of looks
I don't know.
around. Oh,
Well, I mean, not because of the things
Yes.
in it. The things in it are dangerous. But I mean, the people that would be interested in the things in it, probably more dangerous.
well, yes, of course. If
Hey.
anyone were to find out,
Is there anything
That-
like really cool looking in this room, by the way? Like, just like something.
Fine.
are you
a bunch of
asking him or are you just looking
No,
around?
I'm asking you as a DM. Like,
Go ahead and roll a perception check.
is there anything in here that feels like it's my vibe?
Roll a perception check.
I'm like Cinderella right now. I'm looking for the shoe that fits. Perception. That's a 14. Not the best, but it's visible. I was hoping for a natural 20, but it didn't work.
Yeah, that is fair enough. You're just looking around, you're trying not to look like you're perusing at the store. So as you're sort of
to look
kind of
like I'm window
subtly,
shopping.
yeah. But as you're sort of looking around, there are quite a few sort of peculiar items. You will see that there are a couple swords that aren't exactly what you're looking for. They seem a bit more paladin-esque, I should say. Some sort of more long swords and a couple
Goody
great
two-shoes
swords.
ass swords.
Yeah. Nothing quite as interesting. You do see that there is a flail set in here that
Ooh.
is more akin to a cat of nine tails than
Ooh.
anything.
Oh
Um,
no! Oh no!
I'd like to
and,
slowly
but
just
it is-
shift towards it as the conversation's going.
I'd like to roll
Okay.
a perception check to
Um,
see if I can see him slowly walking toward the cat of nine tails.
I'm gonna roll a stealth
I'd
check to
say-
counter.
It's kind of on the far side of the room, but, like, you kinda catch it because it's, like, over the shoulder of Fernorden in front of you. Um, so it's like
Alright,
if you
sure,
wanted to get
try
close to
it.
it, you'd kinda have to pass by him.
I'm graceful like a panther.
Mhm. Yes, graceful like a panther. Go ahead and roll a stealth check if you
I already
okay, you already
did.
did. Um,
Can I roll a perception
uh,
check?
I
The fucking voice crack.
I'd say in this case, we would just be
Desperation.
going off your passive perception.
Oh no!
Sure.
Oh, he
Um,
beat it by 1. Fuck! Jules is gonna have like a mental breakdown. She's like constantly like sweating like a pig in the corner.
but you kind of just like you kind of position yourself so like you're more on his side of the table, and you kind of get a better look at it. It is a dark, sort of almost like spiked artifact, and it is um let's see, checking your rolls again. You like you're having trouble getting close enough to it to make out details, but I will say you also know like it is
How
definitely
big is this
secured.
room?
um let's see, probably about like 30 to 40 feet deep, and then like maybe
That's not good. Yeah, he's in there.
maybe like 80 feet wide.
Oh, this is a way bigger room than
Yo,
I pictured.
Michael. No,
Yeah, it's mostly filled with like tomes and stuff on the shelves. But it is broken up with quite a number of strange artifacts. Um
Could I roll
but
anything to see if I can tell anything about this at a glance? Or, like, is there like a very obvious religious marking on it or something?
let me I have a picture for this, so I'm gonna
Can I
double
just
check to see if there's
could,
anything visual on it.
could I roll insight to see if it's evil?
Actually, yes. Go ahead. Roll insight.
The idea of rolling insight on an object makes me laugh. That's a 9.
That is a 9.
With a
I
plus
mean
6. I hate this game. Oh, wait.
Um.
Oh no, I don't have bonuses to insight. Dang. I was curious as to if it was related to Fey Fiends or
Fey Fiend or
Undeads.
Oh, fair enough, fair enough. Let me see.
I tried to be like a detective guy, and I don't think I've ever done good in insight, even though I have a plus 6 in it.
Oh, no. Okay, where is
The reality of this character's roles and what I had in mind when I made it are very different things.
oh, that's fair.
Mood.
I roll stupid shit like roars, and I'm free for free on critical roars, by the way, and that makes me laugh so much. I feel like I should get like a feat or something. No.
I will say it is hard to make out details. That it is partially obscured. You can see that it is sort of behind, and the more you're kind of looking at it, you're catching those little faint shimmers of magic that it is kind of barriered behind. As well as, unlike some of the things in this, it is also very clearly locked behind, kind of like it's chains, but they're like taut, like kind of almost like a lattice of chains, almost making a gate or something, but chains. So it's you're trying to make out details from a little bit of a distance, and also through obfuscation. But it is definitely you're kind of like, the more you're looking at it, the more you're just like, slightly unsettled by it. Um,
I have a sincere question.
mhm, mhm.
How far apart are each of these really powerful, dangerous weapons from each other?
Um, mm, most of them, it does seem that there is, the more you're kind of looking through the room, it does seem like there is a bit of a pattern to how things are stored in here. You'll notice that there's probably a few things in here that have a little bit more of a, even just the appearance of them is unsettling. This being one of the artifacts, like the artifact you're looking at now. But next to those, almost in a ritual way, are, oh look, there's the sort of unsettling cat of nine tails that is slowly starting to make the hairs on the back of your neck stand the longer you look at it. And then next to that is a almost golden weapon with a symbol of the Dawn Father emblazoned upon it. And then on the other side of that is a mace that is almost seems to have blood dripping from it constantly. Um, and
Currently
on the
weighing
other
my
side of
options
that
on
is
if I become
um,
intangible, how many can I pick up before it runs out?
mhm. So it seems like some of the more sinister things in here are spaced between and guarded by other items. I will say, um, another thing that you will pick out as you're sort of like weighing your options in this room is um there is on the opposite side of the room, as you've sort of moved around to the end of the table to get closer to this whip, if you will. There is almost straight across from you a strange looking artifact that kind of catches your eye, more so because it is very different from anything else in here. It appears to be some sort of um, almost cylindrical device with a wooden handle at the end of it. Um,
So you push
and
the button, it vibrates.
I don't know if vibrate's the right word, maybe explodes. Um,
Oh,
Ooh.
uh, and it appears to be mostly cylindrical, but there are multiple cylinders, if you will. Um, and clearly a few mechanical mechanisms that almost remind you in some ways to things that Shul has contracted. Um,
Dwyer did.
and you just kind of spot that from the other side of the room. Um, but as you're sort of gathering your information, you there is I'd say most of the things have probably like at least 15 feet between them. Some of them are a little bit closer, and you can tell that some of the things in here are not quite as
Now,
dangerous as others.
I'm gonna ask a
Hmm,
question, and this might be a silly question,
mhm,
but
mhm, mhm.
which one of them is giving me the vibes? Like, you know,
There's a
if
lot of vibes in this room. You're
if I
gonna have to
close my
specify a little
eyes,
closer.
which one is
Mhm.
calling out to me? You know, like which one is like do I feel like I'm the chosen one with any of these items? You know, like
Go ahead and roll a wisdom check for me
straight
with
wisdom.
advantage. Mm.
Ooh,
Ooh.
it's a 16.
Um,
Oh, 16 today.
you close your eyes for a moment
It's a
and
critical one and
you,
a 16 and a
yeah,
14.
I know. um
If
you
I roll
close
that
your
one,
eyes
I've
for a
just been
moment.
immediately possessed. Like, it just
Or maybe a 20, who knows? Um you close your eyes and you sort of listen in, and you are like really trying to focus, and you almost like um you almost get lost for a second, and you feel like you almost shift into that ethereal space where you like to travel, but you kind of like catch yourself, um and you just it's like there's an earworm in your ear, and you just barely are catching a voice that is beckoning you, and you can't quite place it before you're sort of snapped back and catch yourself again, as the lecturing from the individual in front of you brings your attention once more. um there's something calling you. um but with that, um you uh I don't even remember what he was last talking about. Probably something about some fallen people of
Yeah, he was
various
talking about
deities.
how
um
Details.
these are all left by chosen people that fell, and then they were collected
Yeah.
afterwards.
Not all of them, but some of them certainly could have been. Um, but neither here nor there. There is various ways that artifacts like these come into being. But he's uh, rather certain, and to which he will just say, I've had um, hands-on experience, if you will, with the corruption of some of these betrayal deities and the various things that they can leave behind in this world. Um, and I am quite certain that this is one of them. It has taken me quite some time to learn as much as I have from it, because it was not fully willing. But that said, um, I do think that if we were to spend a bit more time with it, we might be able to understand what it requires to gain some of its strength back. But for now, it is barely a trifle. It is able to focus magic in the way that many a staff may, but barely. It is as if underwater, um, severely weakened. Um, hmm. Maybe something is cutting off its connection still. Maybe it is sim simply too damaged. We will continue to look into it. Um, I will say, though, um, maybe in a controlled circumstance, um, we would see
Yes.
if your
Cheap
friend
today.
here was able to, um, how would you say, um awaken something different in it. But given his exploits, from what I've heard the last few nights, maybe now is not the best time. Um, uh, I would also be interested to find if we could, and he sort of looks over towards question, maybe secure ourselves a priest of Melora. Um, I'm curious if they have any information on this. We do not have any experts on hand, um, but that would be something interesting to see if they were able to commune with it and find if there was some connection there, which we have not been able to fully understand. Um, but regardless, um, I can't help but feel like this artifact has some amount of import. Things like this don't just fall into hands for no reason. And I am certain that the um, Cerberus Assembly still wants it back. And if they want it, I am certain it is up to no good. Um, hmm, I don't know. Um, but whatever the case may be, um, is there anything that a lot of you, maybe not him as he gestures towards Zephyr, I don't trust him yet, um, have questions about this or anything otherwise that you have questions about that I may be able to provide a bit of expertise about? Otherwise,
Is
get the fuck out.
I'm very
oh, okay.
obviously distracted trying to look for the source of the noise.
Mhm.
Could we not take it to like a druid to get it fixed? So like druids can do plant stuff and like I know like druids can like make plants grow and stuff. So would that not be helpful to getting the staff back to its Good
And I
state.
appreciate your inquisitiveness, but yes, that is what I just asked your friend a question about. We have not had a priest of Melora, or I guess, as you said, a druid.
Oh, I guess I didn't know that
come
a
by to look
priest
at it.
of Melora and a
Priests are
druid.
clerics and
the same.
druids are druids. God.
Yeah, I was like, that was my confusion. My bad.
Pardon me, I do not often work with her artifacts, but yes, a druid, a follower of nature, could have an eye on this that we have not quite understood yet. As frankly, that is not our area of expertise this far into the city. But I'm sure there are places in elsewhere in Marquette that we will be able to find someone who has expertise in this. Or maybe there is someone that you will discover has, and he sort of like takes a good long look at Zephyr. I can't help but feel like wherever he is from has something to do with this as well.
Oh yeah, he's from insert name thing here. Hold on, I fucking have it. I think. Blah 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 blah. Nope, not that page. Nope, never mind. But he has to do with like the snake people, you know, yep, my brain.
The ULT.
Yeah, there you go.
Zephyr.
Yep. Like his people were cursed by that or whatever. I know that. That helps.
And that is quite a curious thing, as you say, because most followers of Zahir tend to kill followers of Melora on sight.
And so maybe he was supposed to be like a redeemy boy, you know, like
A redeemy boy.
no, dude. Troll saying all this stuff in a very more eloquent way than I am, but essentially like saying that like maybe he was chosen to try to fix it or something, but you know, because we also talked about this to someone else, and they were also like, that's strange that someone like who follows Melora would have all these bad things, because like he's also followed by like hags and stuff, so hags and
hags. What deals have you been making with hags?
No deals. That Zephyr hasn't made any deals. It was more like he's been like followed and been wanted by some, you know. So.
I love the very careful statement of Zephyr hasn't made any deals.
Well, best be avoiding them. Half of the things in here come from hag curses.
Yeah, we don't deal with hags.
Of course not. That would be foolish. But,
by the way, do you know any good soup spots?
So just looks at you quizzically. I would ask you one thing before you depart. Where are you from? One who they refer to as Zephyr. Because you are quite curious.
I'm from the Helen Leaf Village. That's all I can say.
Where exactly is that?
I can't say it. It's supposed to be Helen. That's the whole point.
Bro, if all of this campaign was a joke about him being Orochimaru, I'm gonna fucking commit. Like,
oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Well, Ryan, it looks like we have to rewrite a plot.
I don't know what
he'd have to watch Naruto. He's never watching Naruto.
Naruto.
I don't know what any of that means. So we're just going to continue off with the question of, well, that's not good enough. Where are you from?
You should tell him.
Feel free to use force if you need to.
I can't. It's like the whole thing with my town. I can't tell people where I'm from.
Why?
Psycho.
That's
It's
silly.
It's like bad juju. I get like
Oh
curses.
my god! If
I
tell
can't do it.
tell him. Tell him.
I know. I'm
Tell
getting
him.
bad juju.
Tell him. Tell him.
I'm
I'm
coming
going to
back as a
twist your
village.
nipples if you don't tell him. Tell him. If you think this, out of all the things that you have done with us on our adventures, you think this is going to bring you bad
This is
juju? I
literally
think you
the
already
worst
have
thing
bad
I can
juju.
do.
Zephyr, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Fuck.
Oh, you're rubbing your mind.
Oh.
You'll just form a circle around him and just start kicking him.
I'm
aneurysm.
17.
Tell him. Tell him.
No, I can't.
Roll for aneurysm. Let's go.
Let me double check this. Oh shit, no, I lied. That's it is a charisma saving throw. My bad.
Damn
Zephyr
it.
just starts seizing in the middle of the room.
roll?
No,
Can you be
reroll,
11?
please. No, reroll, please. Charisma
Making you
saving.
roll charisma.
Okay. I mean,
Okay.
one less.
16. Okay. And I would say, for the sake of this, all of you would actually have to roll. But we'll come to that if it comes to it. Because right now the only question is being asked to Zephyr. Zephyr, you feel you are aware that a magical effect has been taken over you. You feel its influence on your mind and on your tongue. And as the question is repeated, boy, I am quite curious now. Where are you from? Who are your people? And what is your purpose here? And Zephyr, as he finishes his question, you feel your tongue betray you, for you can no longer speak a lie deliberately.
Oh,
Oh, I guess our questions for him as well then.
Just keep in mind, Zephyr, you
I
are under
can't
the effects of
lie.
the zone of truth.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
So, let's play nice then. As this concerns the safety of not only you, but your companions and the city in which you reside. Where are you from? And why are you having so much trouble with hags, Zahir, curses, and fucking demons?
I have a question.
Mhm.
I can't lie, but I can also just not say anything, right? Like, I don't have to talk.
That is the flaw with Zone of Truth, yeah.
Okay.
That is true.
Maybe Zephyr to just jump across the table and just like attack him more.
um.
So I just silence. I take it as your
Sorry.
response.
Yeah. Oh.
Alrighty then. Well, let's do this the hard way then. You all wouldn't mind if I try to get some answers, would you?
Heck,
Hey,
we beat him on
my-
a almost daily basis as is. So
Am I in Zone of Truth?
You are. So if you would like to say something, go ahead and roll a charisma save.
Oh.
I will roll charisma
all
save.
of you are in the zone, so if you go to say something, rolling a charisma
I
save.
absolutely would not mind.
And just so you're aware, it is a DC 18 charisma saving throw.
Damn.
Yep, I absolutely would not mind if you did that.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. So, my friend Zephyr, as he
Oh,
sort
friend
of
guy.
approaches you,
Hey, he's in the Zone of Truth. He means it.
uh,
Unless, you know, he passed the
um,
saving throw, I'm just saying.
um, oh yeah. um, but he will sort of step a little bit closer towards you. Um, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, Zephyr.
Okay. Oh, yes. 23. Fuck
Okay.
you.
You see him casting something as he approaches you.
I'm gonna
And
cast
as you sort of
banishment on him.
No, no, no. Oh my
Yes,
um,
yes.
Oh, no.
I need
you
you to roll me
you
a
go to
charisma saving throw.
retaliate. You go to retaliate with a spell, and you see him just sort of like shake his hand off to the side, snapping his fingers. And your spell is countered. None of that. Not in here.
Oh my
Unless I don't
God.
think you have anything to do about a counter spell, do you? Mhm.
As a free action, am I allowed to have a panic attack in the corner?
Panic attacks
Yeah,
are
that's a
always
free action.
reactions.
Cool, awesome.
Ah, damn it. No, I don't
So-
have anything to counter it. Fuck.
Okay. So as you attempt to banish him, he almost just snaps his fingers and disregards your attempt. No, I will not be having any of that.
After that spell
We're
slot,
going
by
to
the
answer
way.
my fucking question. Yeah, don't forget. I am not worried about his spell slots at this moment. But if it comes to it, it will come in.
Oh.
It will come into play later.
Oh, I meant
Um,
Zephyr.
yeah, I know. I'm just saying, yes,
Nice.
Zephyr, remember, because I think that you have a lot less than he does.
Yeah, I'm only a warlock.
Yeah. And so as he gets a little bit closer, another wisdom saving throw, Zephyr.
Fuck. That's a one.
You as you sort of feel his presence sort of overbearing you. He's almost constantly casting things as he approaches, whether it be countering your spell, or you see him sort of like tracing glyphs and leaning in closer to you. His eyes are almost glowing with magic as he does so. And just, all right, that's it. Let me in now. And he will ask one more time, what are you doing here? Where are you from? And why are all these things after you causing such damage? And as he does so, you again do not have to answer if you do not wish, Zephyr.
Zephyr, you know what
But
can be counterspelled? Stabbins.
Sure can. I'm pretty
That was
so we're going to continue this with a nice way. Let's see. So you failed the wisdom saving throw. Let's see. And let's see. You can feel him rummaging through your mind and memories like a book. He
Oh,
is
God.
kind of going through you, and as you're asking these questions, you're trying to suppress the information he is after. You're trying not to think about it, you're trying to fight back, but you are failing to do so. And you're starting to see bits of your past flashing in your mind as he almost picks them up and discards them. And you can see, all of you kind of see, as he's kind of like pressing Zephyr back into a corner. He's almost like motioning with his hands, like he's reading a book. He's flipping pages, he's tearing some out, he's moving some to the side, he's flipping back and forth through different sections.
I'm like, cast
And
invisibility. Try to leave.
yeah, you attempt to cast another spell, and as you go to, he almost just grabs your hand, and you feel the magic fizzle again one more time, as it is almost thoughtlessly countered by him. You really like to fight this, don't you?
Hey, people front against me.
What are you hiding? And as he sort of continues to dig deeper and deeper. You see glimpses of visions that you've had. You see glimpses of your family. You see glimpses of the places you have been, and he's slowly going further and further back.
I'm swinging at
And
him. I'm punching him. Not stab, punching.
all right. So after another moment, you go to punch him. Go ahead and roll an attack roll.
16.
16. You feel your blow land true. But a moment later, after he let your hand go from countering um uh your invisibility, you see his other hand go up and you feel your knuckles almost break across an invisible barrier just inches away from his skin. Um you are feisty. But that is neither here nor there. This is the most fun I've had in some time. All these secrets that you're hiding, all these dangers you have witnessed. But
Oh
I
no, he's gonna
will
find out about
know.
Bazuzan.
Oh no.
Oh,
Oh, he's way past that
fuck!
chapter.
I'm just-
You found out.
Okay, Zephyr.
Yeah.
No.
News here, hand delivered by Zephyr.
Oh.
Also,
um,
while this is happening, I'm looking for that thing that's whispering to me.
yeah.
This
Go
is-
ahead. Go ahead.
This is by
Roll
far
another
the
wisdom
best
check.
chance I have to find this juicy morsel.
Yeah, go ahead. Roll another wisdom check.
No, I'm gonna use
Yes, yeah,
I'm gonna use my thingy. I want.
Oh no, you can use this thing.
I'm not taking that.
Wait. What do you use?
Fuck.
Oh, you use it.
No.
God damn it.
As you sort of like listen in Moroccan, and you try and figure out where this just very slight, almost faint whisper lies in your ear. You sort of look around and there is you feel like something almost drawing you closer. Like there's just a voice just like it's almost indiscernible. You can tell that there's a whisper though, and you sort of
Ooh.
like slowly start trying to get closer to it.
Oh no.
You feel like you're getting closer, but like it's not like the sound doesn't get louder. Um, and you approach that item that you were originally looking at, and you feel this desire to try and pick it up, to grab it, to
Oh.
take it from this place. As you've gotten a closer look at it, it actually appears to be in some ways almost like a um it's hard to tell. You almost see like almost like a shimmer go along it, but um, through the handle of the whip, um, you almost it. At first, it looks like a trick of the light, like a shimmer that's going along this surface. But then, as you realize, you look closer, and it's actually moving slightly. It's this kind of wave-like motion going from one end to another, from the base of the handle of the whip all the way out to the 5 or so heads on the lash. As you look at it
Ooh.
closer, one of the eyes on the heads opens and stares right at you. A slitted eye of a serpent.
Ooh. This sounds cool.
Also, is that your name
As you
written?
finally get a good look at it now, it appears to be a lash of almost snake skin that is wreathed around in a pattern with spines along the whip and towards the end of it, as opposed to a single whip or lash or spined thing. There's 5 serpent heads that all appear to lie dormant, except for the one that now stares at you. And that voice begins to slowly get a little bit louder in your mind. I see that you have come for me. Are you going to take me? Take
Ooh.
us?
Should I? Ooh. Oh, I want to though.
Do it.
Ooh.
think
it.
about all that we can accomplish.
Do
I
it.
really want it though. Ooh, I want it bad.
I
Do it.
see that you are capable of so much.
Do I
Think of
notice
what we
Maroc
can do together.
over at the thing?
I'm just like hands against the glass, like whispering to this item.
I'd say that Nova and Baba, while you're mostly focused on the loud confrontation happening on the other side of the room, you will just sort of out the corner of your eye realize that Maroc has kind of wandered off and just breathing heavily, looking over
Maroc!
some artifact. Um, as you stay there, Maroc, the voice slowly worms its way further in. Together we can accomplish so much.
Oh
Think
no.
about what we can do.
Ooh.
Just
Can I
liberate
go
me of this
over there?
place.
I'd like to
You-
activate my Aether Walk
Mhm.
and try
Oh
to reach through the glass to pick it up.
no! Maroc,
Okay.
no!
No, yeah.
We will come back to that
Oh.
in one moment. So
This is
as you
sad.
attempt to do that, on
Oh,
the other
no.
side of the room, you
Shocking grass.
Oh.
so
Sixes are a bad
you
sign for us, aren't
attempted
they, huh?
Yep.
Oh wow.
There you go. Yeah.
So you just attempted to punch him, and he deflected it, and he began digging deeper into your mind. You will attempt to shocking grasp him in one moment, but before you're able to, you feel him slowly getting closer to the answer to his question. You see images of the long travel you went on before meeting some of your companions here. You're seeing images of passing through the northern forests of Wildmount, and you're trying to fight back, trying to keep him from getting to the information he's after. And go ahead and make an attack roll with shocking grasp.
I rolled 30-20.
30-20.
Mhm.
As you go ahead and roll damage, as you just sort of slip
Yes.
under his purview.
9.
9.
Is he down?
He's a nerd. He's dead.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
he's a bastard. He's down.
So you roll 9 points of damage, and he lets out a bit of. Oh, you
Get away
really
from
are
me.
feisty.
Ah!
God, does he have an erection?
Oh, ew.
Hard to tell. He's kind of looming over Zephyr.
Oh my
and I rolled for his
God,
concentration
no.
as well. and
Herbert.
he succeeded on his concentration. But he seemingly is, I wouldn't say unfazed, but currently hasn't dissuaded him so much. You can try and run if you would like. But
Yeah.
he is bearing down you. Okay, you're gonna try and run?
Yeah. Disengage.
Okay. Well, you don't have to because of the shocking grasp.
Oh yeah.
uh,
Forgot. He has no
alrighty.
reactions.
Mm, I have to okay, yeah, you can't do that. I want to double check how this works. Spells, shocking grasp. I think, and can't take reactions. Okay. So you go to run. Where are you running?
Just exiting. As I am leaving or trying to exit, I just say, "No, I can't. I won't have this bad juju on me."
Okay, so you go to run, you go towards the door. You're not that far away from it, maybe 15 feet, but you get to the door and it is locked. It does not budge when you attempt to leave.
Oh, it's blast. Double twice.
Oh
Okay, so we'll in a moment you will attempt Eldritch Blast it, but this is right after your shocking grasp, so he'll get his turn first.
Yeah.
And so as you run, he just sort of lets you go towards the door, but you feel he's getting closer and closer to the answer to his questions. I'm going to say it one more time. Where are you from that you
Leave me
hide this
alone!
dirty secret? And let's see. I want to make sure that I get this right so I don't, rip this from your hand. Let's see. I'll sketch the plan. Yeah, they know. From and until you shift your attention, you take actions. Let's see. Well, how does this part of the spell work? Okay, go ahead and make an Arcana check right now for me.
Arcana?
Yeah, go ahead and make an Arcana check.
Okay. Oh, 16.
Okay. So you attempt to you're trying to, and go ahead and roll one more for me.
Okay.
You're trying to set up barriers in your mind to keep him from getting the information that he is after.
Even better. 18.
And it you feel like you're fighting him, but it is he is powerful. And he is more than anything having a great time, it would seem. Which only seems to make him more eager to find what he is after. So at times you feel him digging further into your mind, but at other times you're able to push back. One more Arcana check for me, please.
Come on. Ah, damn it. 8.
Okay. You sense that you almost fully shook his influence, but then he regained it. And as you get to the door, go ahead and roll your attacks for Eldritch Blast.
First attack is 16. Second attack is 22.
Okay. First attack almost ricochets off the door in front of you before fizzling out right after, almost coming back towards you. Second attack lands true. Go ahead and roll damage.
Oh yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna roll my damage, but I can also do something else with it. I just gotta double check. Something. Where is it? Oh, never mind. It has to be a creature. Never mind.
So you roll damage and you feel the door shake, and you see quite a dent placed in it where you blasted, but the door is still standing in your way. As you do so, you hear, "Yes, no, finally, this is where your journey began, isn't it?" And you begin to see the outskirts of your village in your mind. This this is interesting. No, this why didn't you just say this, you fool?
No, you can't see
and
that.
you start seeing your family, you start seeing the loved ones, you start seeing the darkness creeping around the edges of your village. And you eventually he'll just, "No, but where is that coming from?" If you would like to do something else, you may.
Just gonna keep trying to escape.
Okay.
Yeah,
Try peeing on him.
Oh, can't piss on him.
What?
Let me see. 2 Eldritch Blast. That's the wrong one.
Okay. Um,
What he calls his pee.
as you as you go to cast Eldritch Blast again, I think let me double check. Let me double check something really quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, as you go to Eldritch Blast the door again, he just sort of dismisses it with his hand. "Stop trying to damage my door." And you feel it fizzle.
Get out of my
And as he as he digs a little bit deeper, he's just sort of looks over his shoulder. "Chul, if you wouldn't mind protecting the door from this idiot." He sort of looks towards you. "Chul, question. I trust you to have some sense." And you are free to do something if you would like, Shul, but he sort of gestures with question, who was just kind of like almost had kind of like slowly made her way over to beside you, Shul, and it's kind of just like watching with some amount of horror and some amount of inquisitiveness. Um, she sort of like stutters for a second. I just, all right. And sort of like walks up towards Zephyr to try and help him from destroying the library one step at a time.
I will
Uh,
also,
uh,
if my name gets yelled, I will kind of snap out of my panic attack that I'm gonna get kicked out of the
Mhm.
Cobalt Soul again, and then go try to help. Because like, even though I care a lot about Zephyr because he's my friend, obviously, it would be nice to understand more of his background because we want to help him. Or at least I do.
As you sort of go up to help, question is almost just going to try and uh uh interject herself between the door and Zephyr. And you are free to do anything that you would like to try and assist in this or just watch.
Zephyr,
um
now's your turn. Now's your chance. You don't attack the old man. You attack question.
Oh,
No!
Take hostage.
What the fuck? No!
um
damn.
but as you um uh as the two of them sort of come over, the old man just sort of focuses on you again. Now, finally, what I was after. Go ahead and roll another Arcana check for me.
Come on. Wait, let me feel it. Let me feel it. Okay, I feel it. Feel it. 14.
You feel like you're trying to put up this barrier in your mind, but his magic is just overwhelming you, and you feel just a flood of information, like someone's just flipping every page in a book, and your whole life unfurls. You just see him almost like shaking his head and just sort of walks up close to you, and looks you deep in the eyes, just disappointed. Keeping this from your so-called friends as well. And let's see. What's your armor class? 17?
17.
He just backhands the shit out of you. Um,
What does he roll? What do you roll?
uh 24?
Fuck.
Oh!
God
Oof.
damn.
You take where is that? How much damage is that? 3. Okay, you feel he's not trying to incapacitate you. So you feel the backhand, but you also sense a familiar, almost like sparkling shock that comes across on it that doesn't quite do that much damage to you. Almost like he pulled his punch at the last second so it didn't just knock you to the floor. You only take 6 points of damage.
Okay.
But you just like are almost like brought to your knee by the almost like less so the strength, but more so just the shock and precision of the backhand that he just put onto your temple. And he's just, now it was a simple question, and now I understand so much better about what's going on. Why was that so difficult? And he sort of turns back to
Now.
he turns back towards the rest of you. And the rest of you, being Marak and Nova mostly. So Marak, you, while all that was happening, attempted to shift to the ethereal plane, and you'd are you trying to like fully cross over, grab it, and then fully cross back? Is that your goal here, Marak?
Well, it says I can become incorporeal, so I assume that I can choose to interact with things.
That's fair.
And it says that anything I'm carrying is considered. So the mechanics I was hoping would work but we might need to read the exact wording, is that I could reach through, grab it, it would become incorporeal because I'm wielding it, and then I could pull it back through.
Okay. That is a valid attempt. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw, and Nova as well.
Oh,
You got
That's
stuff.
a 10.
Oh,
boy. Org.
oh my
Sinbad.
god.
I'm gonna get fucked.
Okay. Sort of, give me
Don't
one
touch
moment.
that. Don't touch it.
Let's see. So, God damn it. Marak and Nova. Marak, as you sort of like hear this and you reach forward to try and grab it, you feel your hand pass through the like chain, the chains that are binding it on the outside here. And right before you reach the glass that is sort of protecting it, because there's this layer of chain over, like kind of almost just like separating it from the room. It, like the chains kind of go from like the shelves on the side and up to the ceiling and the floor. And then as you sort of like pass through that, and you right before you touch the glass, you don't even encounter that magical barrier quite. But as you do so, you feel your hand unexpectedly hit a wall. There is a barrier here, which even through the ethereal plane you cannot pass, and it kind of like crumples your fingers a bit. It's just like, like what the heck? And as you attempt to figure out what's going on there, you both feel a shock as the area around you is lit up with a flash of electricity and lightning. Both of you, failing the save, take 25 points of lightning damage.
Ow.
Is that it?
Oh.
Okay.
Fuck, stop it.
Oh.
Stop.
And it is right around this time that the
Oh man, I'm down to 70 health. What am I
Shut
gonna
the
do?
fuck up, man.
But as you kind of like press through it, there seems to be a barrier here that is preventing you ethereal travel through this plane, or through like this plane of protection in front of you.
Is it an option to try
was
and
it
push through it? Or have I been blown back?
You haven't been blown back, but if you attempt to push through it, it feels like there is a wall there that is crossing over into the ethereal plane. Go ahead and roll an Arcana check for me.
I haven't rolled above a 10 in a while. That's a 9.
What did you roll? That's a 9. Oof. You don't fully understand the magic that is
Wait, is this
preventing you
related
from
to
passing.
Fae, Fiends, or Undead?
No, currently it's related to
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, pretty sure currently right now it's just related to bugbears and their questionable decisions. But yes, no. So unfortunately, you don't fully understand. It's one of those things you like put one hand through and you can't reach, and then you put another hand through the chains, and you feel the same barrier. It's almost just like a solid plane of glass is what it feels like, but you haven't actually been able to touch the glass yet. It's something between you and the glass. And you sort of like reaching around, and you kind of like you're reaching, like you're almost trying to like figure out like what it is, and so you kind of go around the side. You like try to move through the bookshelf on the side of it, even.
I only have
and it's
2. Just to the heads up, I only have 3 rounds of Aether Walk, so
okay.
got
Yeah,
about-
so I'd say you have just
yeah.
enough time to like kind of like feel it. Okay, it doesn't work with one hand, and you're feeling like the whole thing, and you're kind of like doing the mime in a box thing. Like there's a box here, and you don't understand, except the box is in front of you instead of around you. And you kind of like approach from a different angle, like, okay, maybe it's just in the front, but no, there is some sort of barrier that is crossing between
Come
the
to me.
material and the ethereal, and it won't let you in. As you're doing so, that voice just sort of whispers a little bit louder in your ear. You are not able. Get in together. We must. You're weaker than I had hoped. Such a pity. And the voice almost fades away, leaving your mind.
Hey,
Right around
Rudolph,
that time,
his whip's a
and the
bitch.
electricity goes off. And you turn around, and you see that he's just about finished up, and Zephyr is recoiling from the colossal smackdown that he was just given. And you just see him looking at you. Oh my gods. Question, who are these idiots? She's just sort of like looking at you with horror as well. Do you listen to anything that pops up into your head? No wonder you have such problems amongst you.
The whip
Ah,
said it was cool.
yes, and the last owner that it had was eaten by it. I'm sure it wants to eat you too.
Oh, that's cool as hell.
Get out of here. Oh my
Can I
god.
just hold
Oh.
it for a second? The whip called me a bitch. I didn't like that.
Well, good. Maybe it won't try to infest you. Oh my god. You are not allowed to touch things like this. If you try again, I will smite you. Now,
I didn't know you were a cleric.
I am. You don't know many things.
What-
But
What god are you cleric of? What's your domain?
are they really this daft? Question. Do they come here and know nothing? Like what? Why am I even wasting my time? You know what? I will give you one piece of information that I have gleaned from your friend. The rest you will pry from him, but because clearly you do not appreciate it. He is hiding many things from you, but frankly, some of them are ridiculous. Gosh, he is from the Lushgut Forest. It's ancient people of Melora.
Don't say it!
Oh, we already knew that.
Now, well, did you know that the one thing that he's been keeping from you that would have been very helpful information, is that his people are slowly falling to a curse of Zahir? 'Cause that would have been helpful
he
information.
told us that too, yeah.
Well, then why didn't you tell me? This would have
You-
helped with my research greatly.
You
Yeah.
asked him, not us.
True.
I think we'd be able to do our job way faster if I had that whip. I just
I don't think so, buddy.
It's sort of just eyes like kind of roll over towards you.
Actually, while
The
you were
only
in there,
thing
I
that-
got a question. Maybe you got this one. When he was like trying to kidnap Nova the other day, was he doing that like on his like because he was like an animal, didn't know what he was doing, or was that like a premeditated thing? He didn't tell us
Sort
that.
of looks over towards you, Zephyr. Well, wow, was it asking a lot about the demon position? I can ask again.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I wasn't in control of that. I don't
Yeah,
think.
no, he wasn't.
Yeah, but you did.
Yeah.
I
Sorry.
believe you made like an agreement beforehand with that. And to be fair,
Oh.
we did ask you, but nobody believes what you say anymore. So
hey,
Oh,
What?
how'd you get the wall in the astral plane? That's cool as fuck.
It's a level of magic which I believe is beyond your comprehension.
Well, yeah, I don't do magic. I bleed and stuff happens.
Mm.
hey, gang, I got a suggestion. Why don't we just give him the whole give him like the medallion or the jewel of 3 pairs, and he goes do all this stuff. He's clearly way better than we are.
true.
Nah,
No.
because he wouldn't touch the thing. He wouldn't have gotten the medallion to start with. He's too intelligent.
I'm not reckless enough anymore, is that what you're saying? Yes, something like that. No,
He's lost
more
his touch.
importantly,
Artifacts are meant to be played with. Locking them up in here is cruel.
lock them up happen here. Yes, we tend to keep the ones that try to wield their wielders to kill needlessly. We try to lock those away.
Hey,
But
the guy in my head, he seemed pretty chill.
it was a feminine voice. Sorry that I didn't mention that.
Damn.
To be fair, guy to me is a genderless term, just like
Okay.
dude,
just
man.
wanted to let you know it was
Uh,
it was a feminine voice, just so that you're aware.
Okay. Well, the
But,
lady in my head
yeah,
sounded pretty hot.
oh yes, I'm sure that you would very much enjoy the company while they flayed your flesh from your skin.
I do that myself
and you
every
might
day.
enjoy that as well. Yes, you might get along very well for the few hours that they'll play with you. And if that is what you want, I will
think we
not
could
judge
go
you,
far.
but I will not allow it to transfer.
I think we could go
transpire.
far. I think you're really denying the world like a hero right now. That's.
Sure.
Is there an
Demons
effect
do not
you
make great
would part
heroes,
with?
as your friend here quite eagerly points out.
What's that weird tube over there?
That? Yes, go look at that one. That'll do you far less harm. You might just blow off your hand if you're lucky, instead of killing dozens of people.
It's just a pipe bomb.
Yeah.
More or less. A few more
mini cherry
moving
bomb.
pieces.
Clockwork pipe.
Yes, no, you're free to look at that one. There's some books next to it which aren't even locked. Go for it. He sort of like waves his hand. But as it turns back towards Zephyr. All right. So you know where he's from. You know what his people are about. Worshippers of Melora who have long since left behind Zahir, but he's slowly overtaking them. It's fucking
Well, that's because
cursed
Malorans
ass
are here's the
temples.
same thing. But yeah, okay, moving on.
What?
We've talked about
Not the
this.
same thing. No.
Guys, Don,
That's a different guy.
we've had discussions about this. We're moving to the next thing.
What's the next thing?
Not everybody can be taught everything, it seems, but it's fine.
What are you talking about?
Mm.
Well, fine then. I'm going to continue studying this stuff with this newfound information, which probably explains a lot why it seems to be an artifact from probably the same region that this fool was hiding. Ugh. Come back later when I'm less likely to kill you for your idiocies.
Almost got bad temper.
You're very rude, sir.
You come in here in a place where you are given the privilege of being, and for the future, for touching that, you'll not be allowed in here again.
I'll have
Touch
you know,
things you're
we're
not
about-
supposed to.
I'll have you know, we're about to go save the world.
Well, didn't
Exactly.
you like guys like want us in here or something? I don't think we asked to come here.
Oh,
We were actually told to come
Clearly,
here.
that was a mistake.
I just wanted to get the staff back. That's still broken,
Heim,
so.
save us. We are doomed.
Oh, no, with that attitude, we sure are. We can do like us.
Name one bad thing that's happened since we started our journey.
Stack. Nothing.
I'm pretty sure we've saved a child. We have given good amounts of money to your local meat sword salesman, who I believe is looking to expand his business in other parts of the city, meaning that nobody has to walk all the way to the market to get a meat sword at 2:00 in the morning. We've
He sort of
maybe
looks over your shoulder towards Question. I think you should update them on the latest news from Bazozan next time they come by.
Well, what's happening in Bazozan?
What's up with Bazazan? They finally got some meat swords over there.
Oh, that'd be great.
I really hope our friend Captain Thylus over there is doing okay. Like
He was a nice
You know,
guy.
Have you seen his thighs? I'm pretty sure he's fine.
and that one priest at that church. He was a really cool guy. He helped us out real nice.
Yeah, I'm sure Shul's
yeah.
plant is
yeah.
still good over there.
Still taking care of Shul's baby.
Yeah, pretty sure it's all fine.
That sounds so bad out of context.
I'm pretty sure I heard I'm pretty sure I heard Shul just wailing with their mic.
Oh, I didn't realize my mic was muted.
Yeah.
Oh, I was saying my baby is dead because I unattuned from it, and Shul's a shriveled shrimp on the floor when he says to check on Bazo. Like, we should get the report about Bazo.
Surely they'll tell you.
Oh, there you are, Shul.
And that we are heroes.
Oh, that lady that we helped that was in the hospital bed and we gave her that potion of heroism, I bet she's doing great.
Oh man.
You know, we're pretty much good people.
Maybe my dad was right.
No,
Or,
it's
or
Shul.
she didn't learn how to read? I mean, probably, but what's that going to do with anything?
Well,
Anyways,
Anyway,
I'm glad
so you were
that you were
supposed to
able
help
to
us?
approach this disaster with such
What dis-
confidence, but
what
I am
disaster?
sure
What
that
disaster?
Yeah, we talking.
Yep.
But I look forward to seeing how you respond to the actual news whenever it does finally get finalized. But that said, yes, I was supposed to inform you about our developments with this item and how it might help you in the future, but given that some of this information was less forthcoming than desirable, I will be continuing to look at it from a new angle. That said, and I also don't trust you for shit. So,
I don't
mean,
trust
we're
you,
not-
guy,
we're-
either.
um,
we're not
How
the weird
dare
major
you.
brain rapists in this room.
Yeah, it's
Exactly. Infiltrating my mind without permission. I can't
Yeah.
believe it.
You are the very epitome of a dirty old man.
We're calling HR.
Yeah, this is
Oh boy.
question. This is a company you keep? Question. Questionable at best.
Oh Lord.
I can just imagine the amount of stress that question is under. In this, I just love this.
At this point, Question's just standing on the other side of the door, holding it open for all of you. The head's just sort of down. And
Is there anything laying around that I can just slip into my pocket as I walk out? Just out
Top.
of spite. I don't even care if it's valuable. I just want to take something to piss him off.
You take a book, I guess.
uh,
You probably miss that a lot.
roll a perception check.
So horny for books.
Let's see if I can get above a 10.
I'll give him.
Just
And
Yeah.
a sleight of hand.
I'll give him a guidance.
Oh, no.
Baba doesn't like this guy. He's a bit of a dick.
I'll take guidance on this roll. So that's a
Okay.
12 sleight of hand and a 14%.
Looting.
So you pretty much the only thing tied down in here
Even
for
if
the
it's
most
just like a
part is
fancy pen, like just anything.
yeah, there's like books and there's papers on the table. There are a few writing implements, but none of them appear to be that interesting. I'd say you see some you probably see some notes that kind of catch your eye, but I don't know if that's something that you'd be willing to try and snatch.
mean, I'm just taking it out of spite at this point, so I don't really care what
Okay.
it is. It's more of just
Okay.
I want to
you
inconvenience
try and
him in
grab
some
some loose
way.
papers. You try and grab some loose papers and pocket them.
Mhm.
As he sort of just now enough of my time has been wasted and I have many more things to do. So if you all wouldn't mind, go and take your havoc and chaos to other parts of the city in which I'm sure they will more aggressively punish. Now, please, Question, take them from this room. And you, and he sort of looks at you. First, you try to take a dangerous
burst
weapon, and
into
now
a
you're just
sprint.
stealing worthless notes. All right. Have
Oh
fun.
man.
Just, the second I get any whiff that I'm caught, I am full sprinting out of this room.
Jeez.
I am not listening to any comebacks he has. I am gone.
Go ahead and roll a d10 for me.
D10 these no.
Oh.
5.
Very average.
Okay. Let me know when you take a look at what you grabbed. But so you sprint up the stairs. You get to the top of the stairs and there's a lock door. So you don't get very far, but you're out of eyesight.
Yeah, your glasses.
And A
Is there a
few
window
moments
nearby?
later. No, you're still underground.
Before we went up.
You so there's a door at the base of the stairs, and then you go up, and there's a door at the top of the stairs. And so you're just at the second door, but it is locked. So you kind of get up there, and then you're just kind of standing on this balcony with the flickering of magical torchlight behind you.
If I hear
Uh,
him coming, I'm gonna
but
try and read it as quickly as possible.
And then eat a note.
you will a
Yeah.
moment later hear the footsteps of your companions come up. Um,
Before we go, I want to say, sir, I suggest you drink a lot of alcohol today. And I'm gonna cast
What?
suggestion on him.
Bruh.
suggest he drinks a lot of what?
Alcohol.
Why?
You can have a hangover tomorrow. I feel it.
Oh.
I hope both of your socks are wet today. I love it.
Exactly.
I hope the next image you save is a web pee.
Uh-huh.
Terrible.
Yes,
What's the
maybe
saving throw
wisdom
he needs
saving
to
throw.
roll?
16. Wisdom 16.
Wisdom 16. Fuck,
This
make
guy
me
seems pretty
pull up my
wise.
Stat blocks.
Does he?
You'll just be lucky we didn't make you pull up fucking Tailspire, okay?
No, I don't. I don't know if you would have made it that far. But
I'm sure we could have.
you guys were like one step away from that, though. I will say.
I gotta say, was there ever a chance of me getting that artifact? Like, was it ever possible, or is it just like, not likely?
Given your ability set, I don't know if you could get.
Yeah, I
Um,
figured.
Smash the box.
yeah.
I don't think I
I
can
think-
smash a box that like breaks into the ethereal plane.
Yeah.
I don't think I got the
Oh.
tools for that, my guy.
Yeah.
Let me
I'm
bring out my
not saying
thieves'
that it's
tools.
impossible. Yeah, I don't know if you're the right thief for that artifact. But with that,
I think we've cast a spell magic.
The item sounds so cool, though.
Okay, we'll come back for it.
there's many shiny objects in there.
I can cast
Every
a spell.
time we come back to here now, I'm gonna try and visit this guy.
Oh,
Yeah, we should. Yeah.
just harass him.
Like every time you
Right.
you walk in some gunpowder before you come down here, so we slowly track gunpowder into a room, and then one day we just blow it up. After like
Oh.
a year of coming down to harass him every day.
So as far as your suggestion, you feel it fall on deaf ears, unfortunately. So yes, he does have a pretty decent wisdom save.
That's good.
I will say it was very close. That's why I had to look it up, because I'm like, I'm actually not sure. But you see him just sort of like look at you. You have so much gall within you, boy. Maybe if you are fighting.
What? What you say?
Maybe if you were not fighting your compatriots, you might be a little bit more productive.
I don't think he knows the
have
name.
fun.
I don't think he knows the meaning of that word.
Exactly.
Fools, the lot of you. Well, sort of just as you're all sort of exiting the room, just hope that Kilmorrow has better tidings for you.
Yeah, well, we're off to go make the world a better place. You have fun down in your dusty dungeon, creepy old man.
Stingy.
Oh, no.
No,
Leave me alone.
fixed.
I didn't even pick up any of that, but I don't know. It was like a bunch. Yeah, there was just a bunch of screeching from different people. I'm not sure what happened.
Yeah.
She'll be the last one to go before question, and she'll be like, I'm sorry about the mess, man. And I'll just very sulkily walk out of the room.
At this point,
Yeah.
what is question expecting? She should know this is going to happen. It happen every single
Oh.
time.
as like question locks the door behind all of you, kind of has to force it because it's been damaged a little bit. She sort of passes by some of you on the staircase up, and you'll hear them coming, Marak, as they come towards you up the stairs. You open it up, and you will see written in common, fortunately, which is one of the reasons you grabbed it, because you were actually able to see that there was legible writing on it. Most of the stuff in there wasn't necessarily. Um, you see that there is a list of items.
Bread,
There
milk.
is cheese,
Yeah.
sausages, mini sausages. It
Joke's
does
on
appear
him.
to be a rations list.
Joke's on him. I'm gonna buy all of these things and come back and get into the building because it's his shopping list. And I'm gonna say he got me to get it for him,
Oh
and then I'm gonna
no.
go back into the thing and harass him more.
Oh, that's a perfect plan.
Oh
That's a
no.
good
Sounds-
plan.
Sounds like a plan.
Just a
Um,
packet of laxatives.
Oh no.
mhm.
Yeah! I put Alexa them all them.
But as you sort of look this up, you stash it as your companions are coming up the stairs. Question kind of like cuts past many of you in order to unlock the next door as she sort of gets to the top. Well, given the rough start, that honestly went better than I was expecting. And opens the next door.
Probably shake his head at
And-
her.
Hey, question: did you know if the library has any books about getting around like ethereal barriers?
You know, just out of
she
curiosity.
sort of
Or
She sort of
thievery.
stops before opening the last door back to the library and looks back towards you. I understand your curiosity, Marak, but honestly, there is a reason why things are down there, and I understand it was probably a mistake not having him come up and talk to you all now. But uh,
I even offered to fix his
Uh,
arm, and he was pretty ungrateful about it. Like,
I he's a bit doesn't like to think about that one a lot. But I've
you
Marak,
would have to
honestly,
think about it if you had a
probably
new
best
arm.
not to attempt that again. Would probably be in the best interest of your health.
Yeah, it
But
stung a little
with
bit.
that,
It's done
yes,
a lot
that
of
one
it.
did.
As we kind of start filing out behind Question, Baba will put his arm or his hand on Marak's shoulder and says, Marak, you look at me now. If it's the last thing I do, I will help you get your skin eaten by that whip.
What the fuck?
That's all you ever wanted.
It sounded pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. It was very tempting. Who doesn't want to be eaten by a beautiful sounding woman? I mean,
Yeah, fair.
just
Facts.
saying.
Can't argue with that.
No. Makes sense.
Marak, I do not understand you, but I won't judge you.
That's all I
Well.
can ask for.
If it's all the same to you, I'm going to be heading in for the evening. But let me know if you need anything else, and best of luck with your mission. I'm honestly very surprised that he let some of you walk out of there. So he must like you.
Terrible.
But good evening, and I look forward to hearing about an update from your current task. And Question will start walking off to the other side of the library.
I'd like to shout thank you and like thank you for your patience to Question as she's leaving.
She just sort of turns back towards you all and gives you a bit of a nod and a notably tired smile.
Oh.
Marek's away.
Oh.
He's a problem.
um, but you all are left to your devices. And I
Multiple
believe
times
that
this
is where we
campaign,
will.
I have described myself as the guy who will touch the thing, and you
Yeah,
put me in a
no,
room full
that's
of
fair.
things.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
It's
I-
honestly his fault.
I had a moral obligation to try and touch something,
I mean, it's really the scorpion and the fox thing all over again, right?
and I think I gave it a good try.
yeah, old college
Give it a
try.
good try. Oh,
I feel bad that Nova got caught in the crossfire.
Yeah. What the heck?
yeah. I was,
But the real victim today has been
spicy.
questioned. And for that, all I think we can. You can all agree that we are grateful for that. Get wrecked. Question.
Oh.
Oh,
alright,
why?
well,
Why?
I'm gonna get she'll kicked out.
we will pick up next week. Any conflicts next week?
I don't think so.
Nope.
Should be
Okay.
good.
We will pick up next week as you will decide how you want to go about to the beginning of your endeavor to make contact with the researchers of Kael Morrow.
I've proposed that we run past our guards and we jump into the hole.
Oh.
Well,
I
we
would
still have
like
to
to
figure
see
out
you
this
try.
guy.
We have permission to go.
This is gonna make it really funny when they catch us.
Yeah.
It'd be like, what are you doing? We have permission.
Good
We were
job,
in a rush, don't you know?
I don't know.
good job, guys. We were just
Exactly.
testing the security. Holds up the badge. Carry about your day.
Terrible. I'd like to see you try, but we'll see how you try next time. I'm looking forward to seeing you all next Friday, and hopefully it
They're gonna
goes
be
just
really
as well
worried
as this time.
when they see a bugbear swimming through the floor at them,
Ew.
like a fucking
With
like
lingerie
Skyrim
on.
glitch. Like a fucking Skyrim glitch, like clipping through the floor,
Oh
like
my
running
God.
at them.
It'll be beautiful.
Oh man, these are gonna be some prime doodles.
I can't wait to get kicked out.
So
Oh,
Ryan, what do you think is gonna be more chaotic, today's session or tomorrow's session?
Oh boy.
Because
Probably today.
I did see. I did see the.
Oh.
I cast 3rd level fire insurance on you. Not sure where that's going.
Yes. Not sure about that one as well, considering he's still trapped in the building and wants to cast fire insurance on.
you want me? I want you.
Have you seen my lemons? I want my lemons.
Oh yeah, I'm just crying on the
Fucking
floor.
final page.
Runs away. He's so. Oh my god.
I'd like to
Look
formally
at-
apologize. This is what happens when we play D&D, and I haven't slept yet today.
I love that.
I was gonna say today was much more chaotic and much more high chance of us getting kicked out than I've ever thought we could.
I mean, every
Yeah,
time we
not
fuck
without-
shit up,
Just Ryan's like self-insert.
I do feel like every time we fuck shit up, Shul gets a promotion, though. Like,
Getting river
like
competition.
we're just getting higher and higher access every time we fuck shit up. It's great.
Arise.
It was definitely one of those like, okay, they're gonna go talk to the crazy guy. Okay, they'll get some information. We'll see how that goes. Okay, and then they'll go on to the next thing. Oh, nope, we're still here. Cool. I love the fucking face pressed up against the glass.
So funny.
Is that out of character? Is that whip like a whip like the drow have?
Similar.
The one that Biff tried to get?
Similar, yeah.
Okay. That's great. That's
Not
fun.
same, but similar.
Got it.
I want it.
Haven't you already stolen from the Cobalt Sold enough?
No, it's never
I-
enough.
If I stole this whip, I'd give the other one back.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, sure, bud. Yeah, sure, bud.
I'm not gonna
I
dual wield
believe
whips.
you.
That's silly.
What you do is you tie your whips together so they have like 20-foot range.
Extra long whip.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
You whip it
That's
across
pretty
the
smart, to
room.
be honest. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I think a whip that loves inflicting pain and a guy whose literal mechanic is inflicting pain on himself would be a great match.
Yeah, but then you're gonna use your whip as a weapon and it's gonna inflict a pain on other people and you're gonna get jealous of your whip.
Yeah, I'm gonna feel cucked.
Yeah.
Alright, that's enough of that.
Jesus. And that's where we'll head off. So thank you everyone for coming. Hope you all had a great time. Talk to you all
Sounds good.
next week. Get some sleep.
That was a lot.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Yes,
I
yes,
don't
it
think we
was.
ever played with Marak while he has had sleep. So I'm actually kind of worried what he might be like if he has sleep.
Yeah.
Worse.
I've been awake for like 40 something hours at this point.
Oh,
What do you-
jeez.
Damn.
Jesus
what do you like
Christ.
for 40
Why?
hours?
I just
Sleep.
haven't been able to sleep. I've just been every time I try to sleep, I just stare at my ceiling for like 5 hours.
That's all the Easter eggs, man.
Oh.
I ate that like just now. That's not like the cause.
Retroactive Easter eggs.
You need to drink like 10 of them.
You've been
That's
so
why.
excited about them.
Oh my god, I can't wait for
Have a
Easter.
good one, everyone. Hope you all get
Thank
some
you.
sleep
Bye.
before you start your Easter eggs.
Bye.
Goodbye.
All right. That was a session. That was a very fun session. I had a lot of fun. That was a lot of chaos. More chaos than I expected. I'm gonna be completely honest. Oh, it's me. That's not the page I wanted to be on. Whoopsie. I'm going to be right back, and we're going to play Minecraft. Maybe get high, and do other things. I think if I'm honest, I don't really know. I'm just sort of here. To be frank, I'm also very sleepy. I want to take a nap, but no nappies for us today. I kind of have stuff to do. I was like finishing stuff in the background, but I'm gonna go get a little bit of a snack and get some water. So I'll be right back, chat, and then we'll continue this episode.